Welcome friends, we are going to build a full stack food ordering application. So as you see here we have some navbar and here a left and a center side for our about page. When we scroll down you see here that the navbar is sticky. Here we have this delivery always on time for you and here some illustrations. Below here we have the food and here newsletter and some footer. So if you want to click on burger, here we load and we here have some burgers. I can click on this burger and here we have that price. So I can click to have 4 burgers, add to cart, and here I have already previously added that burger, that's why it's here. So let's decide that I want to remove it. So you see here I have 4 quantity multiplied by $99 and here is the total price. So when I click order now, your order is successful, expect it in 1 hour, total price, and here the price. And let's say that you are not logged in, so you want to log in, and here you are on the login page. So this will be the application. See you in development. Hello, in this awesome project you will learn for the backend JWT authentication and authorization, then how to make calls to the database using Mongoose and as well middlewares. Then for the client you will learn Redux.js Toolkit state management system and Redux persist. Then you will learn API calls. We're going to do several API calls in our web application. And you are going to learn complex flex layout also. So if you find that interesting, let's go. Hello, let's start developing. So we should first make 2 folders, a backend folder here and a client folder. So I suggest to you that we start here with the backend. So cd backend and then we initialize it. So npm init y and click enter. Then we're going to install our dependencies, which are bcrypt, course.env, express, JSON web token, mongoose, Multer, and lastly node.mon. So bcrypt is for hashing our password. Course is for accepting requests from other links or ports. .env is for storing environmental variables which are secret data. Express is the main framework which we're going to build our backend application. JSON Web Token is used for authentication and authorization. Mongoose is a dependency which we can communicate with our Mongo database. Multer is used for storing images, and lastly node.mon is for automatically restarting our server. I mean, when we make a change in a certain file, it automatically restarts our server. So click enter and they will be installed in several seconds. So click enter, and while they are installing, let's make our index.js. So here let's start importing our things. So const express is equal to require express, then const course is equal to require course. After course we have to import .env, require .env, and when you import .env you automatically instantly invoke the config method like this. Then mongoose, require mongoose, and then we make our application. So const app is equal to express app. This is how we make our application. Okay, so we need to, just let me close it, connect our DB, then start our server. So I suggest to you guys, before doing anything else, that we connect our database and start our server. But first let's connect our database. So let me go here to the browser. I'm already here at the login page. So here I'm going to enter the email and password. So like this, then the password. Okay, so login, and here let's click on projects, or first here on this icon, then projects, new project, food ordering app demo. This will be the name that I'm going to give to the project. Then next, create project, then build a database, create for free, create cluster. It's a very simple process, guys. If you have done it once, you're going to remember it. So here I'm going to provide some username and password, some easy for me to remember. And here I'm going to add an IP address. You can add your own IP address, but I added this. This allows access from every IP address. Finish and close. And we have one more step, connect. And here connect your application. So here you see this on the second row, connect your application. I'm showing you again. So you click here, you copy, you go here, and as I told you, this link here is a secretive information. So that's why we have installed .env to store environmental variables. So go to new file, mongo_url, and here paste the link. And here replace the password field with the password that you have written for your database. So here in my case is the same as the username. Of course, in a real project it's going to be a lot more complex. This is for demo purposes. And actually, while we are at it, I'm going to add here the port variable. So here port 5000. Okay, and let's connect our database. So here mongoose connect process.env.mongo_url. This is how you write the environmental variables. You precede them with process.env and then the name of the variable. And here I'm going to add a callback function if we have connected successfully. So db is successfully connected. And here I'm going to start my server. So am.listen process.env.port and again a callback function if it's a success. Server has been started successfully. So here let's go to the terminal, cd backend and npx login to start our server. Let's see if we have any error. Server has been started successfully and db is successfully connected. Okay, here I have some warning and I want to remove this warning, so I'm going to copy this thing here, paste it, and try it now. Okay, we have no more warning. Okay, everything is working successfully. So I suggest to you that we make our folder structure for the backend. So here we have models, controllers, and here we have middlewares. So of course we first start with the models. So here I'm going to have a user.js and a product.js. So let's start here with the user. Const mongoose is equal to require mongoose, then const user schema, just make the terminal like this, is equal to new mongoose.schema. And here we define what will be our field. So here I'm going to have a username, which is going to be of a type string, is going to be required, and is going to be unique too. Then I'm going to have an email. The email is going to be a type of a string, required of true, and again unique of true. So this means that those two, they must be a string. I must provide them, otherwise I cannot create that particular document, and they must be different than every single username or email in this case than the others. So everything must be unique. Then password is going to be again a type of a string. Again, it's going to be required because you cannot create an account without a password. But I'm not going to set unique, but I'm going to set another property. Minimum will be at least 6 characters. So our password cannot be shorter than 6 characters. And I'm going to provide maximum, let's say, of 50 characters. And here I'm going to put another field is admin, which is going to be a type of a boolean, but the false is going to be of a false value. And here I'm going to export the schema. So module.exports is equal to mongoose.model user schema. Come on, user schema. Okay, so the next one is for our product. So let's go here to the product.js and let's start. So again, const mongoose is equal to require mongoose, then const product schema is equal to new mongoose.schema. And here we're going to have a title, which is going to be a type of a string, required of true and minimum of 4 characters. Then I'm going to give a description, which is type of string, again required, but the minimum here is going to be of 8 characters. So a description cannot be shorter than 8 characters. Then I'm going to give a price, which is a type. That time is going to be a number, and of course required of true. Every single product must have a price. Then I'm going to provide here an image, which is going to be a type of a string, and required is going to be of course of a true. Then review is going to be here a type of a number and required of true. And lastly here we're going to have category, which is going to be type of string and required of true. And then of course we export it. So module.export is equal to mongoose.model product and product schema. So we are ready here with the models. Then let's start here with the controller. So we're going to have 3 files, one for the auth, so auth controller.js, one for the product, so product controller.js, and here we're going to have an upload controller, which is going to be for our Multer. You know, when we go to our package.json here, you see this Multer here. This is for image upload, so that's why I'm going to have a separate controller. So let me close those files here, and I suggest to you that we start here with the auth controller first. So const auth controller is equal to require express and here dot router. Then const user, we import here dot user schema, require quotes dot slash models slash user. Then const bcrypt is equal to require bcrypt, which is used, as you know, for hashing our password. So 123 we will look something unrecognizable like this. Of course not exactly like this, but you get the point. Completely unrecognizable, and you are going to see it in several minutes how it's going to look like. And then the last dependency for our controller here is the JWT token, which is a token used for authentication and authorization. So authentication means when you log in, but authorization is what permissions does the user have. Is he an admin or not? This is authorization. And as I told you, authentication means the process of logging. So we're going to have here a register and a login. So let's first start with the register. So auth controller will be here. We're going to have a post request to the endpoint of register, which is going to be here an async function. Why an async function? Because every single operation with the database is asynchronous, and here we're going to have several database operations. So here a request response and an arrow function, a try catch block, and here I'm going to write first for the catch block some generic message. So return response status of 500.json error message. Okay, for the try block here I'm going to have first an const is existing variable, which is going to see if the user is already registered. So email is equal to request.body.email, and the request.body is the values that we send. So those are going to here in the request.body are going to be stored the values that we send from our client. And here, of course, if that's true, this means that there is already such an email. So is existing, and here throw new error, already such an account with this email, try a new one. Okay, so if this is false, which means that there is no such an email, which is good, we go on to the next line. So const hashed password is equal to await bcrypt.hash request.body.password, and here the second argument is the salt. So this is something like how strong you want your encryption to be, and usually people put it at 10. Every single person that I have watched his video have put the salt at 10. So I follow good practices. Then here I'm going to create the user. So new user is equal to await user.create, and here dot request.body, and then the password, hashed password. So here I spread the request.body. This is like writing every single property by property, but of course I don't feel like writing. I'm going to show you. So let's say email request.body.email, then username request.body.username, and you get the point. I don't want to make it that long, so that's why I usually write it request.body, and here I do it like this because I want to reassign one of those properties, and this is the password. I'm going to reassign it with the hashed version of the password. Okay, then I'm going to make here, I'm going to get the password away from our user. So this is how you get your password away, because I don't want to return the password. I want to return the email, the username, its ID, but I don't want to return the password to the user back. Even though it is a hashed version, I don't want to do it. It's again for security reasons. And then I make the token. So const token is equal to JWT.sign. And here the first parameter is the values we want our token to have. So ig user dot new user dot underscore id, and then is admin, new user is admin. Okay, then here I'm going to provide the secret. So as I told you, secretive variables and information goes to the .env. So jwt underscore secret, and I'm going to provide some secret 1, 2, 3. Of course, you want your secret to be a lot more complex and long than this one. This is for demo purposes, as I said. And here process.env.jwt underscore secret, and here we can provide a third parameter, which is option. So here I can provide expires in, which means for how long our token will be valid. So here I'm going to provide 5h, which means for 5 hours. You can provide more, but here I'm going to provide just 5 hours. And lastly, here I return here response status of 201, which means successfully created .json, and here I return the orders and the token. So let me export here the controller, Auth Controller. Let's import it here. So routes and middlewares app.use Auth Controller. So it is on the auth route here, and you see here I have used request.body several times in this function specifically. So in order to have request.body available to you, you need to specify two middlewares. So app.use express.js, and they must be above all of your routes. So that's why I put them below above. If I put them like this, they are not going to work. And then app.use express.url incorrect, here extended to true, like this. So those two middlewares make request.body accessible, otherwise it would be undefined. Okay, so let's go here to our Postman and let's try our register. So here I'm going to delete this category. So auth route on the endpoint of register, a post request, and here let's make, I'm going to delete this to start from new. So username, let's make the username to user1, then email user1@gmail.com, and then password, let's provide the password to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then let's click send. So okay, it works from the first try, we don't have any error. So you see here others, username, email is admin to false, and we don't get the password. You see here there is no password, we have removed that password, which is good. And here this is the token, this is how a JWT token looks like, and how we're going to put the JWT token for authentication and authorization purposes. So I'm going to show you right now. So here we copy it, and usually we paste it into the request, not body, but the request headers, and I have already done it in the previous project. So you see here authorization, and here bearer, and then the space and the token itself. So bearer space and then the token itself. So here I'm going to paste the new token here just to have it. So request.headers.authorization bearer space and the token. I'm going to show you in the middleware how we're going to check if it's a valid or not. I'm going to show you a little bit later. So here, if you have wondered here why I have put this underscore doc, I'm going to remove it. I'm going to make a new account for you just to see how it's going to look like. So here, no underscore doc. You see here, it's just new user. So if I click here, send. Okay, so if I click here, send, what is this thing here? You see, those are some things that I don't want to get back. Those are from Mongo, some default stuff, and here into the underscore doc are the things that I want. So here you can see how a hashed password looks like. So from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to this thing which is completely unrecognizable. Completely unrecognizable. So let me just revert it back to underscore doc like this, and right now if I make a third user, it's going to be again like the first. So okay, you see how it's working. Okay, then the next thing that we need to write here is the register. So let's start. So here Auth Controller dot post here on the endpoint of login async request response, and here again a try catch. I'm going to copy here from the catch block this piece of code here and paste it here, and let's start typing here the code in the try block. So const user is equal to await user dot find one email request dot body dot email, and here if we don't have a user, so here we do the opposite logic. So here in the register I check if we have a user, and if we do, we throw an error. But here if we don't have a user, we're going to throw an error. So the opposite logic, throw new error, email has not been registered, go register first. Then I'm going to compare the password. So const compare pass is equal to await bcrypt dot compare, and here the first parameter is the normal password. So here the first parameter is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and the second is that one unrecognizable password. So here the first parameter, as I told you, is the request.body.password, and then the user.password. The user.password is that weird password. And here, if that's not true, we're going to throw an error. So throw new error, user credentials are wrong. And here actually the message above should be the same for security reasons, because let's say that we have different messages for the email and the password, and you try some email and you know that the email is right, and then the you know that it's just the password. So to avoid this thing for security reasons, because hackers are bad people, we want here to have the same message. Okay, so we continue. Const password comma dot others, again user dot underscore doc. We make then the token, again the same thing, const sign id user dot underscore id, like this, underscore id, then is admin, user dot is admin, and then process dot jwt, oops, come on, process dot invid dot jwt underscore secret, and again expires in, let's put it again at 5 hours, like this. Oops. And here the last thing that we should do is just to return the things that we want to return. So return response status of 200, which means okay, then .json, others, and token, like this. Okay, so we have written our login. Let's try if it works. So here into the postman, let's change the endpoint to login, and here username 3. Okay, I'm going to just use this username, the same one. So if I click send here, you see it returns that user. If I put an extra character here just to show you that we're going to get an error, let's click send. User credentials are wrong. Okay, if I try to make the password wrong, we should get the same message. So I click send, user credentials are wrong. Okay, so you see everything is working as we want it to work. Okay, so let's head into the product controller. We are ready with the Auth Controller. So let me close this and let me open this. So here we make the product controller variable. So await, not await, but require express.router, then const product is equal to require quotes dot slash models slash product, and here I'm going to import two functions that we have yet to create. So verify token and verify token admin is equal to require dot slash middlewares slash verify token. So we're going to need those two middlewares a lot in this specific controller. So I suggest to you guys that we go here into the verify token and we make the middlewares, and then we're going to go to the product controller back when we're done with those functions. So let's head into the middlewares, make the verify token.js function, click enter, and let's make them. So this is just for that JWT token that you see here, that weird token. So let's go. Const JWT is equal to require JSON web token, and here we're going to have two functions, verify token and verify token admin. So let's start here with the first. So const verify token is equal to request response next, and here first we check if the request.headers.authorization is empty. So here into the request.headers, you see here headers and authorization, you see it obviously. So this is what it means. So if that's empty, this means that we have nothing here, and if we have nothing here, we instantly return response status of 403.json here with the message not authorized, comma, no token, not comma but a dot. You see here dot. Okay, so if that's empty, we just return instantly, and then we check if the request.headers.authorization exists and request.headers.authorization.starts with bearer and a space here. This is a JavaScript function, JavaScript method, which is not Node.js specific. It's not from some dependency. It is just JavaScript by default function, and you probably guess what it's doing. So starts with, it checks a specific string if it starts with exactly those characters. So here, as you know, it's a bearer, then you see here that space here, I have highlighted it, and then the token itself. So we want to check if it starts with the bearer and the space. So here, let's go into the block and let's start. So const token is equal to request.headers.split, and here we split it with the space. So a split gives us back an array, and this array will be with the bearer word and then the token. So the token is going to be the second element. So in order to get the second element, we go to the first index, second element, first index, then JWT.verify. This is the JSON web token method for verifying the token. So here we put the token, then we put here the secret from the .env file. So process.env.jwt_secret, and here we get a callback function with an error and a data. So if error is a truthy value, this means that we have an error. So if the error is true, we return response status 403.json here with the message wrong or expired token, because someone can write here a bearer space and some random things, and of course we want to verify if those things are actually valid, or if the token is valid actually, but it could be expired. here into the Auth.controller, we have specified that it's valid for 4 hours. So imagine he sends a request and his token is 6 hours old. So of course we're going to return it. In here else request.user is equal to data, and we call the next. So the next, you know, that's a middleware. So let me show you as an example. So here, imagine if we had a verified token here. The next is this thing here. This is next in this context. This is next function in this context. It is whatever function is after the verified token, wherever it is. I can remove it from here. And if it was, let's say, on the register, the next is going to be this here. Whatever is next, it is literally the next. So let me remove here. I'm not going to need it in the register and token. And this is for the verified token. Just the next is the verified token admin, which is going to be almost the same. But before I just copy paste, you see, just copy paste it here, and here in the else, I want the first line of code in the else block to be if data is admin is a false value. You see here that exclamation mark. If data is admin is a false value here, we're going to return response status of 403.json message you are not admin. And this data here, if you wonder what this data actually holds, is, let me go again to the Auth controller. It is these things here. So I can copy them and paste them here in a comment just for you guys to know. So here, oops, above this, so data is equal to this. And here, of course, it's an object. So let me put it in a curly braces. So this is the data. Literally, this is the data. And here, of course, I reassign the data to the request.users. Okay, so we are ready with those middlewares. Of course, we import them. So verify token and verify token admin. So this is it. Okay, and here let's go again to the products controller and let's start typing here what we need to type. So I'm going to have just 3 actions here. So get all, get one, and here create product. So let's start here with the first, which is get all. So product controller dot get method here on the home route. Here verify token. We just need to be logged in to access this function. We don't need to be admin. Async request response. Again, a try catch. Here I'm going to write something like console.error, error, just something like this. And here const products is equal to await product dot find request dot query. So if you wonder what this request dot query means, a query, let's say here we are on the product and I want to provide a query. So the query starts with the question mark, and let's say here it is request dot query. So I'm going to provide, let's say, type is equal to, or here we have actually, let me go to the models. Here we have a category. So let's say I'm just going to copy it. Let's say category is equal to pizza. So this here will be request.query is going to be, come on, dot query is going to be an object here with the category, and here pizza, like this. And it is going to, and we can paste it automatically like this, and it is going to return every single product which has the category of pizza or burger or pasta, or you get the point. It's dynamic value. So let me remove that comment, and then we return response status of 200.json products like this. Then here we get the get one, so product controller dot get, and here find slash the ID like this. Again, a verified token, async request response, and this is called a parameter. So here I'm going to get them by its ID. So it's going to be like this. So product slash and the ID of the product that we have, like this, something like this. So let me revert back like this. Okay, so again, let me move it like this. Okay, so a try catch block here. Here I'm going to copy the console.error, and here let's start. So here const product id is equal to request params.id. It must be the same like this. If I name this product id, it should be product id here as well, but because I name it here id, id, it must be id here, it must be the same as here. Okay, so then const product is equal to await product.find by id, and here we just paste the product id like this. And here, if we don't have such a product here, we return response status of 500.json here, message no product with such id and exclamation mark. Otherwise here we just return the product, so status 200.json product like this. Okay, then here for the create it's going to be product controller dot post, this time not a get method but post, again here on the home route, but here I'm going to use verify token and admin like this, async request response, because we must be an admin to create the product. A try catch block, again I'm going to copy that console.error, and here const new product is equal to await product dot create, and here just the request.body. And the request.body are those things that we sent. Of course, for the product it's not going to be an email and password, is going to be a title, a description, category, and that kind of stuff. Okay, so this for the create a product here, and then the next step is just to return it. This is a very simple function here. So return new product like this. Okay, and here module dot exports is equal to new product, and here app.choose product controller. Wait, oops, it should be here product controller. So module.export product controller, and here on the product route we import it. Okay, it is successfully imported. And I see right now I have not used this course. Of course I need to specify app.use course and like this. It's because our server is on port 5000 and our client is on port 3000, so 3000 is different than 5000, so we are going to get a course error, but course removes that error. If I can write a comment like this, so we must have here a course and we must here invoke it as a middleware. So this is it. Okay, the last controller here that I see that we have not written is the upload controller, which is for our Multer, for image uploading. So let me close these things here and let's start. So const upload controller is equal to require here express.router. Then const Multer is equal to require Multer, and then here the verify token we imported. So verify token is equal to require // middlewares / verify token. Oops, like this. Then const storage is equal to Multer.disk storage. Here I'm going to tell you right now, you can copy here from GitHub. It's not that important because it's a boilerplate code. It's not that logic specific, but if you have never encountered Multer, I suggest to you that you watch here this controller. It's going to be quite short. So let's start. Here destination, this means where we're going to save our image. And here we get request file, and here a callback function as an arguments, and here CB, first parameter is no. This is an error, so we don't have an error, and we're going to save it into the public /images. So you see here we don't have public folder, and right now I'm going to make it. And here images. So right now we have public /images, and this is where we're going to save the images. And here we have another function which is file name, which will be what will be the name of our file. So request file, and again a CB, a callback. Here again CB, no, which okay, of course we don't have an error, and here the name will be request.body.filename. Okay, so then upload const upload, Multer, and here storage. So you see here with the parentheses, curly braces, in here storage and storage. But because it is because it is the same here, the key and the value, I can make it like this. This is the same as this. Same as storage like this. Okay, then we have the controller. So upload controller dot post on the endpoint of image, verify token, and here upload dot single image, and here request response. And I want to explain this, of course. So this means that this looks into the request.body. So the request.body we must have request.body.image for this thing here. And here a try catch console error.message, and here return response status of 201.json, message successfully uploaded file, like this. And let's import it here. So app.use /upload route and upload controller. Come on, I have not exported it. Okay, so module.export upload controller, like this. And here let's go to import it. So guys, this will be our backend. Later in our client we're going to try here the product controller and the upload controller. So see you in our client. Hello again, friends. Let's start here with the front end. So here terminal, new terminal, cd client, and let's type npx create -react -app space and a dot. This will initialize our React application. Okay, our React application has been successfully initialized. Let's go here to the source, and you see here our boilerplate files that we have. And something that I have added while it was initializing is the assets folder. This holds all of our illustrations. Here do you see with the .svg, and as well the pictures. So here the pictures and here the illustrations. Of course it's an svg, you cannot see it right now, it's an illustration, it does not look like this, don't worry. So of course let's install our dependency. So here we're going to have several. So npm I react icons, this is for our icons, and then we're going to have for routing react router DOM, which you know is a very famous React dependency. You probably know it if you have worked with React more than once. Then we are going to use Redux, which is a state management library. This is used when you want to have global variables. So when you want to have one variable in several components. So Redux.js Toolkit, this is the newer version. Then React Redux. And I'm going to install here Redux persist, because when you refresh the page, the data does not persist if you don't have Redux persist. But when you refresh the page with Redux persist, the data is still there. So imagine you have a cart, and in that cart you have, let's say, 3 products, and when you refresh the page, those products are no more when you have refreshed the page, because they are not persisted. But with Redux persist, they are persisted. So click enter, and while they are installing, let's make our folder structure here. So here components, and for the components here, before touching the components here, I want to delete those boilerplate files. Those 5 files I always delete. So select and delete. So into the index.js, just remove those things that were imported that we have deleted. And into the app.css here, I want to remove those stylings, and here provide my own. So box sizing will be border box, margin will be 0, and padding will be 0. So this will remove the default margin and padding for our elements. Then user select none, scroll behavior to smooth, and lastly here a font family of Roboto and sans serif. Of course, Roboto is not a font that is provided in our CSS by default, but luckily for us it takes 30 seconds, if not less, to import it and to have it. So Google Fonts, click here on this link here, oops, and then you go here, I'm going to the home page to have your point of view. So you go here into the main page, and the robot is literally the first font here. That's how easy it is. So it's the first font. You click here on that font here, and here are the different boldness that that font have. So those with the minus are those that I have already selected myself previously, and those with the plus are some that I have not selected. You see here, you can just select and remove if you don't want. So select, 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 and when you have selected your fonts in different boldness, you go here into the upper right, view selected families. You click here on this thing here, and you see here those links. So you copy those links, go into your VS Code, here into the public index.html, and here you paste them. So like this, you paste them successfully. Okay, so you see those links I have pasted them. And of course I have imported it, so we have it. Okay, so let me start here cd client npm run start. While it is starting here, I want to remove this log here, this boilerplate JSX, remove this up, and okay, so our task here right now is to make the folder structure for our component. So we are going to have quite a few components. So let's start here, cart, then we're going to have checkout. After checkout here, we're going to have create, then food catalog, then food details, then foods, footer, hero, home, then we're going to have after home login, navbar, newsletter, and sign up. So those will be all of our components, and as you know, in my channel I mostly write with CSS modules. It is basically vanilla CSS. It's if you know vanilla CSS, don't worry, you can understand everything. So for each folder here, I'm going to make two files. So one for the JSX, RFCE, and one for the CSS here, cart.module.css. And let me import it. So import classes from /cart.module.css. And this RFC thing here that I did before 10 seconds is an extension. You can go here to the ES7 React Native snippets. You just install the extension with the 7 million something download. So this is the extension that I have. And yeah, everyone use it. If you don't have it, install it. It's going to save you a lot of time. So okay, this is for the cart. Then checkout.jsx, RFC, checkout.module.css. Again, the same thing. So import classes from /. Okay, then for the create, I'm going to do the same for every single component. So if you don't feel like watching it, you can skip this part of the video. Don't worry, it's just making files. But if you don't, you can just watch. It's not that big of a deal. And here the same thing. So /, import it. Then food catalog.jsx, RFC, food catalog.module.css, and here import classes from /. Okay, then the same for the food details, RFCE, then a CSS file, food details.module.css. I do this because I like to have every single file beforehand, and then I'm starting to develop. It is a better practice to do it like this. Then food.module.css, import classes from /. Then footer.jsx, RFCE, footer.module.css, import classes from /. Here. Oops, I'm just going to close all of them here. Okay, then we have the hero. So hero.jsx, RFCE, hero.module.css, and we're almost done, guys. So the hard part is almost done. Then for the home.rfce, home.jsx, and then rfce, then the module. Let's import it here. import classes from dot slash, then the login.jsx, rfce, login.module.css, import classes from dot slash, and we have three more left. So the navbar, jsx, rfce, navbar.module.css, import classes from dot slash, and two more left. So the sign up and the newsletter. So here news letter.jsx, rfce, newsletter.module.css. Let's import. So import classes from dot slash here. And lastly here, finally, we have the sign up. So import jsx, rfce, signup.module.css. And let's import the styling sheet here. So import classes from dot slash. Okay, so let's close all here. And the final step that is not writing code is here to make the route. So here we're going to have quite a few routes. So here, of course, we need to import route from React router DOM, like this here. And here we have a navbar, then a footer, and here the route. So routes like this. Let me go here to the footer and the navbar, and let's import them. So here the navbar, footer, and here let's start defining our route. So here route on our home path will be our home. So here the home, like this. Then we have the route with the path of login, which will hold our login. So element here, login, like this. Then route path sign up with our element here, sign up. I'm just going to copy paste here and just change the route here. So create here, we're going to have here, here I forgot the closing tag. Okay, so come on, here the closing tag, like this. Okay, so here for the create, we're going here to have the create. Then for the food/id, we're going to have here the food details. Then for the foods, that time foods/id. So here it is singular, here it is plural. So here it is the food catalog. Then here we have the cart, of course, for the cart. And lastly here, the last route, which is checkout. So let's start importing them. So for the home here, let me open here the home. And here auto imported. Then here for the login. So when you have here a file open, you can import it by the IntelliSense like this. That's why I opened them. Then for here for the sign up. So I remove here the last letter, add it back and import it. That's how I like to do it. That's my habit. Then here for the create, then for the food details, then for the food catalog. And we have here just for the cart, which is, I think, yes, here. And let me open here the checkout, because then it's the checkout. So here cart and checkout. Okay, so let me close all here. So close others. And the last part here, the exact last part is here to import browser router and to wrap our application with the browser router here. So let me see here. You see here how here, let's go here on the /food/ let's put some ID. So here we are on the food details. If I go to the cart, here it displays cart, but every single time here we have the navbar and the footer below. So okay, so I suggest to you that we start here with the navbar. So let us go here to the navbar and let's start. So I want just to close all those folders like this. And here let's go to the navbar. So our navbar here is going to have a class name here of classes.container. Then here we're going to have dot classes dot wrapper, and here we're going to have classes dot left, center, and the right side. So here for the left side, here we're going to have a link like this, which is to our home route, and here is going to have the class name of classes.title, and the text here is the channel name web dev mania. Then here for the center, I'm going to give a UL with the classes.list, and inside here I'm going to give an AY, a list item, with the class name of list item, and here I'm going to give an anchor tag, so anchor tag, and here href of our home, so just a hashtag, and here home, and I can just copy paste it 3 more times. So here 1, 2, 3, and actually 4 times. So 4 times. So we have 5 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. And here we change it to contacts, and here contacts. Then here I change it to foods, and here it's foods. Then I change it here to FAQ, which is frequent asked questions, FAQ. And lastly here, instead of an anchor tag here, I'm going to give a link, which is going to navigate us to the create page, and here create. Okay. And here for the right side, I'm going to give AI outline user with the class name here of classes.user icon. And here link to the cart, so it's going to navigate us to the cart, and it's going to give here a class name of classes.cart container. And here for the cart container, I'm going to give AI outline shopping cart, which is going to give here the class name of classes.cart icon, and below I'm going to give here with the class name of cart quantity. So here it's going to be, right now it's going to be 0, later it's going to be dynamic when we have the Redux setup with the cart and all of the other stuff. And here of course button classes dot logout, so here a logout btn, so here logout like this. So this is for our JSX here. Let's start with the styling sheets and let's go. But before I start to style it, I want to see how it's look. Okay, we need to import something, so let's import the icons. So import AI outline user and AI here, which is AI outline shopping cart from React icons AI, like this. Okay, and here is our navbar. You see it, but of course we need to style it. So let's go here to our styling sheets and let's start. So here dot container is going to receive height of 60 pixel, width of 100%, border of bottom 1 pixel solid, and this color, so D3 C5 C5, position of fixed, top of 0 and left of 0. Then dot wrapper, I want the dot wrapper to have width of 85 pixel, 85%, not pixel, 85%, height of 100%, margin of 0 auto. Then display of flex, justify content space between, and align item center. Then here for the left, center, and the right side here. So for the left side here, I want to have a flex of 1, flex of 1, and the title itself, I want it to have text decoration of none, color of RGB 228, 27, 27, and here font weight of bold, and lastly here a font size of 28 pixel, like this. Then for our center side, it's going again to be a flex of 1, then it's going to have a display of flex, align, and justify content of center. So this is for our center. Then after the center, I want to style here the UL, so here the list. So the list here is going to be a display of flex, align items of center, list style of none, and then gap of 30 pixel. So let me see how it's looking. Okay, and of course here I have centered it, but here for the list I want to center it too. Let's try justify content center, I know why it is behaving like this. Okay, so I want the right side here to be a flex of 1. So if the right side is flex of 1, okay, so right now it is here centered, and then we're going to do the right side, don't worry. So right now it is in the correct position, our list. Then for the list item here, I'm going to provide a font size of 18 pixel, color of 444, then font weight of 500, text transform of uppercase, cursor of pointer, and here transition of 150 milliseconds all. Okay, then here for the list item hover, I'm going to provide a color of 888. Then for the list item in here, the anchor tag inside, text decoration of none, and color inherit. Okay, so this is for our center side. You see how it's looking, but they're kind of big. If I make them 17, okay, I prefer them to be 17 pixel like this. Okay, so let's start here with our right side. So the right side here is going to be here flex of 1, which we have already written, display of flex, justify content of flex sent, and gap of 1 IRM like this. Okay, then for the wait, oops, I want to scroll here just for you guys to see. So card container here is going to be display of flex, position of relative, text decoration of none, and here color is going to be of inherit. Then the user icon and the card icon, I'm going to target them both simultaneously. So both of them, font size of 24 pixel and cursor of pointer. Let me see how it's looking. Okay, so everything is in the correct position. Super. I want to go here to the home row just like this. Okay, so here then the card quantity is going to be position of absolute, which is this thing here, the number 0 for now. Then position absolute, after this width of 18 pixel, after the width height of 18 pixel, background color of F00, which is a red color, text color of white, bottom of 0.75 IRM, left of 0.75 IRM, display of flex here, align items of center, justify content of center, border radius of 50%, and font size of 15 pixel like this. So you see here how it is beautifully looking, perfect. And here we have just the logout. So dot logout here is going to be outline none, border of none, background color of transparent, font size of 18 pixel, margin left of 1 IRM, so margin left 1 IRM, and lastly here a cursor pointer. So here is our logout btn. Okay, so here as you see we are ready with our navbar. So the next part here is to go to our home. Oops, here home, and for our home first I want to import my hero section. So our hero section, oops, I want to close here the navbar. So our hero section, this thing here is going to be in our home here. So like this, I want to import the hero section inside my home. And of course here I want it to be a class name of classes.container, and here .classes.wrapper like this. So this for our home page for now, and I suggest to you guys that we first do the hero section and then we continue with the home. What about that? Okay, so let's go to our hero and let's start. So I want just to close them. Okay, so our hero section here is going to be not a div but a section here. So a section with the ID of home, because of those anchor tags here. Those anchor tags are connected with ID of sections. So you see them? Okay. Then it's going to have here of just home, so like this, and here is going to be with the class name here of classes.container, and actually, okay, like this, yes. So then .classes.wrapper, and the classes.wrapper is going to have a left side here, a classes.left, and a right side, so a left and a right. For our left side here we're going to have some titles and descriptions, so an h2 here with the class name of classes.title, and the title is do you crave delicious food. Below this we're going to have here a paragraph with the class name of first message, and here the first message, the text is but going out to take, and here inside a span, food cost time. So here inside the paragraph we have a span inside that paragraph. Then below this paragraph here we have a class name here of second message, which is going to be here why not order here a span pizza, or something here a br, and here again a span delicious from our restaurant. So here the pizza and the delicious is inside a span. Below here we have some description, so paragraph again, classes.description, and here the description is our restaurant always puts the client above. They are our single most important thing for our business. So then we have here a div with the class name of buttons, and here buttons, and here it is button.classes.button order now exclamation mark here, and below here we have a button with the class name of button C, and inside that button here we have an anchor tag. I don't like this button inside the anchor tag, but here we're going to do it. So here an href with the hashtag foods, and here inside we have see what's available, and inside we have AI outline arrow down, this icon here, AI arrow down, and let's import it. So here import AI outline arrow down from React icons AI, like this. And here for our right side we have an image here with the source of man eating. Here it's an illustration out empty, and here class name is going to be classes.man eating image. So let's import it. So import man eating from assets slash man having his meal.svg. So this man having his meal.svg. So guys, this is for our hero.jsx. Let's go here to our styling sheets and let's start styling it. So what I have clicked, oops, my bad. Okay, so here let's split the screen, and of course before actually styling it I want you to see what we have. So here we have some text, and here you see how it is. Okay, so but you see here our navbar, when you scroll here, we don't have a background. I want to make the about page, and later I'm going to show how we're going to make the navbar, some bonus stuff. It's not that much, so don't worry about it. So first let's go to our hero, and let's go, so dot container, not contact, my bad. So dot container height calc of 100 vh minus 60 pixel. 60 pixel is the height of our navbar, so this one it's 60 pixel. Then width of 100%, margin top here, margin top below of 5.5 IRM, and here margin bottom of, yes, it's going to be minus 5.5, so minus 5.5 for margin bottom. Here minus again, I'm repeating. Then dot wrapper is going to be height of 100%, width of 85%, margin of 0 auto to center it horizontally, then display of flex, justify content of center, and gap of 15 IRM. Then dot left is going to be here a flex of 1, display of flex direction here is going to be a column, then align items flex start, and margin top of 2 IRM. And then I want to provide here again for the right side. Here I'm going just to comment, so left, here, oops, right, and here for the right side flex again is 1. So this means that the left and right side are going to be both 50%, so they're going to take equal width. And here I want to style here the image beforehand, just for you to not have that image like right in your face. So man eating image, height of 85%, width of 100%, and object fit of cover. So let's see what we have right now. So here this is the illustration. Okay, so then of course we need to style those titles here that you see. So let's go here and let's start styling them. So here below the wrapper I want to make some space, and okay, so here for the title, so dot title is going to have here a color of F00, then font size of 46 pixel, font weight of both, then margin bottom of 30 pixel, and white space of no wrap. Then dot first message here is going to be margin bottom of 24 pixel and font size of 32 pixel, like this. So you see how it is looking. Okay, then for in the first message here, you know, we have some span. So the span inside the first message is going to be of a F color of F00, so that red color, and font weight of both, and font size of 26 pixel. So it's going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, I mean, not bigger, my bad. So you see how it's looking here, it's red and smaller. Okay, then here we have the dot second message, which is going to receive here a font size of 26 pixel, and below the span here, the second message, and here the span is going to be a font weight of both and this red color, so it's a little bit different. So RGB 221 33 33, oops, like this. So this for the spans inside the second message, and you see how are they looking. But I see here I forgot to add some space between delicious and from, you see here. So let me go here, delicious, and here just space like this, and here, okay, you see here the space, super. Then below this second message here, I'm going to target here the dot description. So dot desk is going to receive here a color of 555, which is a grayish color, then font size of 18 pixel, then font weight of 300, margin top of 50 pixel, max width of 350 pixel, and line height here of 30 pixel, like this. So you are going to see how it's looking. Okay, then dot buttons are going to be margin top of 4 IRM, then display of flex, align items of center, and gap of 12 pixel. This for the buttons. So you see how are they split right now, and they are in a row. Okay, so let's hide them individually. So dot buttons, and each button here inside that buttons div. So each button here is going to receive, just to remove the highlight. So each button here is going to receive outline of none, then border of 1 pixel solid transparent, then padding of 0.5 on top and bottom, and on left and right 1.25 IRM, then color of white, background color of red, border radius of 8 pixel, font size of 18, transition of 150 milliseconds, and here a cursor of pointer, like this. So you see, but of course we want a hover effect, and we want to remove those text decorations. So first I'm going to apply here the hover effect. So dot buttons, button hover is going to be border color of this red color again, so F00, then background color of white, and here a color of red. Okay, then dot button C, and inside the anchor tag, so display of flex, align items of center, gap of 8 pixel, so gap of 8 pixel, text decoration of none, and here a color of inherit. So let me see. Okay, and here you see the hover effect. I like it a lot. So this for our about page, but you see here when we scroll here, when you scroll here, okay, I want to make the section for just for this testing. So height of 200 VH. If I make it like this, okay, so you see here that navbar how it is. You see here, I want of course to provide some bonus stylings for our navbar. So I suggest to you that here we go back to our navbar, just to make the very small stylings. So here navbar.module.css, you see here, and first I want to provide here a background color of FFF, the index of 99999. So I want here to make a comment, so 5 nines like this. And here when I scroll here, I want to have some box shadow, and this is very easily applied. So I'm going to show you one trick when you scroll here to have some box shadow. So come on, let's go. So here again into our navbar, here const, I'm going to make here a state is scrolled, set is scrolled is equal to use state, and here first initially it's a false, and here window on scroll an arrow function here, and inside this arrow function set is scrolled. So window.page y offset is equal to 0 is going to be a false, otherwise is going to be true. This y offset is this thing here. So I want to inspect and I want to just copy paste this to show you exactly what do I mean. So console log here, window offset. So right now you see it is 600 because right now I'm scroll, and when I scroll more it is more, but if I am at the top here it is 0. So when it's not 0, this means that it's going down, so we need to make it true. In here I want to return a cleanup function, so return an arrow function, window on scroll is no, like this. Okay, and here how we're actually going to attach the class name, the stylings, and this state is scrolled here. I'm going to show you right now. So let's copy this thing is scrolled and let's go into our container. So you select it and you click here to make it a template string, then curly braces, and here on the left side a dollar sign, and here again a dollar sign, curly braces, and is scrolled here. And if this is true, this is what this two ampersands means. So if this is true, we're going to apply classes.scrolled. We're going to have a class name here if this is true. Okay, so here into the navbar.module.css here, let's make this. So dot scrolled is going to be here a box shadow of -5 pixel, 5 pixel, 90 pixel, and again -5 pixel, RGBA 0.08, and I want you to copy this here and paste it 2 more times here, and here it is for WebKit box shadow, and here for Moz. So this is for the different browsers. So here you just add this and you add this. So right now let's scroll. You see here the box shadow, you see here, just look here, look very carefully. You see here that box shadow, it is here. So it is even better right now. Okay, so everything is working successfully. Okay, so this small functionality here for our navbar is ready. Let me close it, and you see we are ready here with the hero. And I want to go here back to our home in which we have imported our hero, and I want to continue. So here into our home dot classes dot delivery here, and here we're going to have here first dot classes dot titles with s at the end, so it's a plural form. Click enter, and here a span with the class name here of delivery subtitle delivery. Then below this span here we're going to have an h2 with the class name here of delivery title, and it is going to have here always on time for you, like this. Okay, and below this title, so below this div here, and right now I'm going to show you one trick. So you see here we have div here. You can get easily lost in all of these divs here, and I told you below this div title, so you can go here horizontally to this title. So you see here horizontally, bam, and you see here how it is. Okay, so below these titles here I'm going to have here dot classes delivery infos, and here dot classes delivery info, like this. And here I'm going to have here an image with the source of illustration 1, an empty alt tag, and here class name is going to be classes dot first image, and below this first image, like this camel case, and here an h3 with our delivery guy is always on time, like this. Okay, then dot classes dot delivery info, we're going to have here image source of illustration 2, an empty alt tag, and class name here of classes dot second image, like this. And here again an h3, come on, h3, he works very hard. And we have a last delivery info, so classes dot delivery info, and here again an image. I'm going to copy this here, paste it, and here an image illustration 3, and here third image, like this. And here again an h3, he is friendly and social. So I suggest to you that first we import our images. So import illustration 1 from /assets, assets slash, and here mail delivery guy riding scooter. This is the first one. Then import illustration 2 from dot slash assets slash here delivery location dot svg, and here import illustration 3 from dot slash assets slash here, and the third illustration is delivery man with pizza. So here this delivery man with pizza, and here it is illustration, not illustration. So here let me remove that typo here, and here let me see how it's looking. Of course those illustrations are super big, and of course I want to make them smaller. So here let's go here into the home.mojo.css and let's start styling. So here of course I want to split the screen for you guys. I want to make it as comfortable as much as comfortable for my viewers. So here dot container, width of 100% and height of 100%, then dot delivery infos here, display of flex, align items of center and justify content of center. But here I want to make those titles like this just for you to see everything. So delivery infos, then dot titles are going to be here a display of flex, justify content of center, flex direction is going to be a home direction here, gap of 8 pixel, margin bottom of 2 IRM and margin top of 6 IRM. So let me see here the titles. Where are you, title? Where are those titles here? Probably because of those illustrations they're super big and we cannot see. Oh, they're here the titles. Okay, my bad. So here for the titles, then here dot delivery subtitle is going to be text align of center. After the text align of center, font size of 18 pixel and color of 666 like this. Then dot delivery title is going to be text align of center, color of this red color again, so F00, then font size of 28 pixel and font weight of both like this. So you see how it is looking right now. Perfect. And here I can make it a little bit bigger, this delivery, so I can go here to make it, let's say 20 pixel. Yes, I like it this way. Okay, so then we go here to style this delivery info. So let's go. So dot delivery info is going to be here, flex of 1, display of flex, flex direction is going to be again a column, gap of 12 pixel and align items of center. So of course we cannot see because that images are too big. So let's go here first to style the h3 and then we go to the images. So delivery info h3, text align of center, color of 333, font size of 24 pixel and font weight of both. Then dot first image here is going to be width of 275 pixel for the first image. Then the second image here is going to be width of 250 pixel and margin bottom of minus 1.5 IRM. And the third image here, the third image is going to receive here a width of 240 pixel. So let me see how it is looking. Okay, right now you can see how are they looking. Perfect. So this is here for that part. Then here we have to write the foots and then the newsletter. So here I want to make it like this. Oops. And here we have foots and newsletter like this. So let me import here the foots. So foots, and let me import here the newsletter. So here newsletter. Okay, let's go here to our foods component and let's start writing the JSX. So here the foods is going to be a section here with the ID of foods like this. Then inside this section, you know, we have here a classes.wrapper, and here when we have a wrapper we have a container here. So here inside the section I forgot, so class name here is going to be classes.container. And okay, inside the wrapper here I'm going to have an h4 with the class name here of subtitle, which is going to be with the text what we offer. Then an h2 with the class name here of title, and the text is going to be best meals in the city. Below this h2 here I'm going to have a div with the class name of foods, and here food types dot map, but I know we don't have this thing here. So let's go here to my GitHub. So here GitHub, we have here a data folder with some data. So just copy everything here. It is just, I'm going to show you fast. So here we have the 4 categories for our application. So burger, gyros, pizza, and pasta. And here you see here we have 24 foods, 6 burgers, 6 gyros, 6 pizza, and 6 pasta, like this. So here I've copied. So let's make here inside the source directory data folder, and inside the data.js, and let's just paste that thing that we have copied. So we have right now to import the food types, so let's import them, food types, and here we have parentheses, food type, and let's map through it. So here first we have a link. I want to provide here a link, and of course we need to import this link here. So link from React Outer DOM, like this, and here to, and it's going to be here a template string. So /food type to lowercase, and to lowercase because here I've provided the data uppercase, and I want it to be from burger to be burger, like this. Of course I can make them like this. So actually gyros, burger, pizza, and pasta. My bad. I can make like this. We don't have like 24 foods here like this. So just make them like this, and here we can omit this thing here. So right now it's more readable. Then we have here a key, and the key is food type.id, and lastly here a class name which is going to be classes.food. Okay, so then we have here an h4 with the class name here of, no, we don't have a class name, just an h4 here with the f.name, like this. Then here after this h4 we have a div with the class name here of image container, like this, and here image with the source of food type dot image, like this. Okay, so let me see how it is looking. Not here, here. Okay, so here, okay, those images are super huge. So here let me go here to the styling sheets, and let's split the screen and start here styling, guys. So let's go. Here we have here dot container, which is going to be height of 100%, width of 100%, margin of 5 IRM top and bottom, and 0 on left and right. And here I'm going to bump up the margin top to 7.5 IRM, and I'm going to provide a padding top too of 5 IRM. Then dot wrapper here is going to be width of 85%, after the width height of 100%, margin of 0 auto, then display of flex direction of column, align item center, and justify content of center. After this we need to start the subtitle, which is going to have text align of center. After text align of center we have font size of 18 pixel, color of 666, then font weight of 300, margin bottom of 16 pixel. So let me see how it's looking. Okay, but of course we need to style the title, so let's go. The title here is going to receive a text align of center, then margin bottom of 40 pixel, color of F00, then font size of 36 pixel, and font weight of both. Okay, then dot foods is going to be here display of flex, align items of center, and a gap of 36 pixel, like this. Okay, but of course those images are super huge, and we need to style here first the images before doing anything else, because you guys, you cannot see what we are styling. So of course let's go here to the image container, and I'm going to provide here for the image container height of 300 pixel, width of 300 pixel, and overflow here I'm going to provide it of hidden. Then image container, and we style here the image like this, which is going to be a cursor of pointer. Oops. Then width of 100%, height of 100%, oops, I want to remove this, so object fit of cover, and transition is going to be 250 milliseconds, all and ease in out. And what will be here our effect? So image container, image hover, and here scale 1.1. So You probably wonder what is it. So you see here when I hover, I like this effect so much. It's one of my favorites here that I write for images. So it's super beautiful for me. Okay, but we have still to style something. So here above the image container, dot foot, and dot foot is going to receive a text decoration of none, and color is going to be off in here to remove those anchor tags. So this link here is an anchor tag. So if you don't know, you know right now. Okay, then dot foot, and here the h4, and the h4 is text align of center. Come on, text align of center. Then margin bottom of 12 pixel, font weight of both here, font size of 24 pixel, and margin bottom of 12 pixel, like this. So you see how right now it's looking, but I want to make that h4 text transform of capitalized like this. Okay, so right now you see how it is looking, and I can even make it a little bit bigger, so 26 pixel like this. Okay, I like it this way. So when we click here, you see object ID. Why is like this? It need to be foot type dot id. So foot type, not even dot id, but let me see here again that data because I got confused. Okay, my bad. So it is foot type dot name. So foot type dot name, foot type dot name here. So when I click here, it is Foods Burger. If I click here on the pizza, it is Foods Pizza. Okay, so right now in gyros, it is gyros. So you guys, you get the point here. Super. Okay, so we have then the newsletter. So let's go here to the newsletter, and let's start typing the JSX for the newsletter. So here we have again a section, and the section is ID with the contacts here. So contacts, and here it is with the class name here of classes.container. Then we have classes.wrapper, and here we have h4 with the class name of subtitle. So get our latest offers. Okay, then below the h4 we have an h2 with the class name here of title, which is newsletter. Below the h2 we have here a class name here of classes.input container, which is going to be here an input with the type of text, and placeholder here is going to be enter email ... And below here we have AI outline sent with the class name here of classes.send icon, like this. And here we have import AI outline sent from react icons AI, like this. And below this input container here we have an illustration. So source is going to be here a newsletter illustration with the class name here of classes.illustration and an empty alt tag. So let's import our illustration. So import newsletter illustration from quotes // assets / and here get newsletter updates.svg. So click enter, and here we have it. Okay, so let me see how it is looking. Okay, it's again super big, so we need to style it. So oops, let me go here to the styling sheets, and let's split the screen like this. Okay, so let's start typing the CSS. So dot container is going to be here a height of 500 pixel, width of 100%, margin of 8.5 IRM on top and bottom, and 0 on left and right, and here a padding top of 8 IRM. Then dot wrapper here is going to be width of 100%, height of 100%, margin of 0 auto. Then display of flex direction of column, align items of center, and justify content of center. Okay, then dot subtitle is going to be here, margin bottom of 12 pixel, and font size of 18 pixel. Then dot title is going to be here, margin bottom of 32 pixel, font size of 40 pixel, and color of red. So like this. You see here the title, but of course that illustration is super big and it pushes everything. So let's go here to the dot illustration. First I want to have the illustration height of 300 pixel, and margin top of 2.5 IRM. Okay, so the illustration right now is a lot smaller. Okay, so let's go to the input container. So dot input container is going to receive here width of 500 pixel, height of 70 pixel, border of 1 pixel, solid 888, then display of flex, align items of center, justify content of space between, padding of 0 top and bottom, and 1 IRM on left and right, and border radius here of 20 pixel. Okay, then here the dot input container, and here we go to the input, and it is going to receive here an outline of none, border of none, width of 90%, padding of 1 IRM top and bottom, and 0 on left and right, and here a transition on 150 milliseconds, oh, like this. Then dot input container here, dot input, and here placeholder, and we're going to move here the placeholder. We're not going to move it, but we're going to apply font size of 16 pixels, so it's a little bit bigger as you see. Okay, then dot input container, input focus, and we're going to here padding left of 0.75 IRM. So you see how it is right now. When I focus, it is moving a little bit. I like that. Okay, then we have the input container, focus within. So focus within, you have probably not encountered this. So focus within means, so our input container is a div, and inside that div I have an input. So if something inside our input container, in our case our input is focused, we're going to apply the styles for input container. So if the input is focused, we're going to apply styles here for the input container, and it is going to be here a border color of 333, like this. So you can see here when I focus, the color is darker. Focus, and here the border color is darker. You probably notice from gray to dark here. Okay, then we have here the send icon, which is just font size of 22 pixel, just this, so it's bigger. Okay, so it's bigger. I can make it even 24, like this, or actually 22. Yes, 22, I like it more of 22. So you see here how it is darker. Okay, so then here we have the footer. In the footer is actually a lot of code that it's kind of long, so I don't want you to focus that much on the footer, so we're going to copy paste it. So you can go again to the GitHub. It's just for UI purposes, and here of course I give attribution to Icon Scout here for the illustrations, because the illustrations are super awesome and I am actually required to give it attribution, but even if I wasn't required, I would still give to them because I like the illustrations super much. So here I can just paste like this, and let me see here the footer. So you see here the footer. Let us style here the footer. So let me go here to the footer.css, and let's start styling it. So here again I'm splitting the screen, and let's go. So here dot container is going to be a height of 225 pixel, then width of 100%, then padding bottom of 2.5 IRM, and here margin top of 7.5 IRM. Then dot wrapper is going to be width of 8%, height of 100%, margin of 0 auto, then display of flex, justify content of space between, and align items of center. So let me see how it's looking. Okay, so here we have aligned it with space between. Then we have .co is flex 1, height of 100%, display of flex, flex direction of column, and align items of flex start. Okay. Then we have .co second child, so end child 2. That's how you can target, let's say, second or third or fourth or fifth, you get the point. So right now I want to target the second child, and the second child is going to be just align items of center, so like this. Okay, then .co, I can do it end child of third, but since we have only 3 columns, so you see here we have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, so I can either give it as I'm right now last end child, or I can give it last child because it's last child, so it is third and last child, so it is the same thing in this context. And here align items of flex end, so you see here flex end right now, how are they here? Super. Then Below this .co washout we have the title, which is going to be a color of 444, and after the color margin bottom of 16 pixel like this. Okay, then .list here we have display of flex direction of column, gap of 6 pixel, list style of none, and margin left of 6 pixel for the list. Then here for the .list AY here we have color of 777 and font size of 18 pixel. Okay, then for the .list here we style the working time color of 000 and font size of 20 pixel, which is this thing here. So you see those from 8 to 10 and from 8 to 8. So you see how they are a little bit bigger and they are dark color, not a gray color, but a dark. Okay, so this for the working time. Oops, wait a second. Okay, so then for the .list here, working time and child 2 is going to have here margin bottom of 10 pixel. So, okay, like this, perfect. Then we have .icon list, which are obviously those icons. They are going to have here a display of flex, online items of center, justify content of center, gap of 10 pixel, font size of 30 pixel, list style of none, cursor of pointer, and transition of 150 milliseconds. Oh, okay, so you see how are they right now? Perfect. Then we have here the icon list here, and we target everything. We target those 3 icons. This is what the asterisk means. This means everything inside our icon list, and this is everything. These 3 things. So core of 666 like this. So if I hover on them, you see here how their color changes. Okay, I can even make, let's say, 444, because yes, I like it that way. It's not that drastic change of color. And then I target .attribution, and .attribution margin top of 20 pixel. Then text decoration of none, color of 333, display of flex direction of column, then justify content of center, align items of flex start, gap of 12 pixel, margin left of 12.5 IRM, and here margin top of 5 IRM. So here for the icons cost text, and here .attribution, anchor tag here, text decoration is going to be of none, then color of 222, transition on 100 milliseconds, all, and here I want to provide a hover effect. So attribution, a hover is going to be here a color of 777 like this. Oops. So right now, why are they not styled? If I make it like this, attribution, anchor tag, okay, so I need to remove this because they are not direct children, that's why, like this. And of course you see here, and when I hover, you see how the color changes, and we have here the cursor. Okay, but here I want to have some padding bottom of, let's put it, let's say 5 IRM instead of 2.5, or actually 2.5, and I can put on the attribution here, the attribution padding bottom here, oops, not right, but bottom of, let's say 2.5 IRM. I want to have some space on the bottom. Okay, so right now I like it. So this is for the home page. Of course, we still have a lot of pages to write, and logic, of course, the most important thing, logic. So I suggest to you right now that we go here to make the sign up and login, and to make the Redux for the sign up and login, and then we can do some of the operations, because we need to have tokens and stuff, and I'm going to show you how we are going to do it. So let's go here, let me just close here those directories, and let me go here first to the login. So login like this. Okay, so our login here is going to be here again a class name of classes.container, actually login container here, so login container, then dot classes is going to be here of login wrapper, and here we have a classes login left side with the image on the left side. So image is going to be here a source of image, and here the class name is going to be here of classes.left image. Then for the classes.login right side here, I'm going to have h2 with h2 with the class name of title, which is just login here, and below we are going to have here a form. So the form here is going to be an on submit here of handle login, and the class name of our form here will be class name dot classes dot login form. And inside the form here we're going to have several inputs. So here input text, input email actually, so input email, and here placeholder of type email, and here on change is going to be here an event with the set email e.target.value. Then input password here is going to be, I'm going to copy this placeholder here. Placeholder is going to be here a type of password. Oops, something happened. Okay, so type of password. And here, what happened here with that copy paste? Okay, I'm not going to copy paste, just write here placeholder type password like this. And here we have a non change, of course, of set password e.target.value. So of course we need to write those setter functions, but I'm going to write them just when I finish with the JSX. And here below that second input, I'm going to write here a button with the class name here of submit btn, and it's going to be here login like this. And here a paragraph, don't have an account question mark, link here is going to be here sign up like this, and here to sign up, oops, to sign up like this. And here below that form here, I'm going to provide here an error, and if this error is true, which is again a state, so if this error is true here, I'm going to have here a div with the class name here of classes.error message, and here the error message will be wrong credentials, try different ones. So this for the error message. Okay, let's start defining our state, and then we're going to go to the CSS. So const email set email is equal to use state here, an empty use state. Then const password is equal to set password here is is equal to use state. Then below here we have const error set error here is equal to use state, but instead of empty string we have a false of default value. And here I'm going to import const dispatch is equal to use dispatch. This is from Redux, guys. We are going to set up Redux just in a second, don't worry. And here const navigate to use navigate hook. Okay, let's import those of two hooks. So import use dispatch from React Redux here, and import use navigate from React router DOM like this, and click enter. Okay, and here I'm going to define just the function handle login async is equal to async. We take here the event, and I'm going to write here the function after I write the JSX. Image is not defined and link is not defined. Correct, both are not defined. So I want first to import the link here, and here the image is going to be here import image from quotes dot slash asset slash woman eating 2. So this here, come on, woman eating 2.jpg like this. And of course we need to go to the login page to see what's happening. I have an error. Let me inspect here and see. Could not find React Redux. Okay, so I'm going to comment this because I have not written the Redux logic yet. That's why I have an error. Okay, so right now, okay, this image is super big. Of course, we need to go to our CSS and start styling it. Okay, so .mojo.css, again, let's split the screen like this, and let's start. So .login container, I want to just move it like this. Okay, so .login container is going to be a height of 100 VH, width of 100 VW, display of flex, justify content of center, align items of center, background color of red, then position of absolute here, top 0, left 0, and the index of 999,999. So it is 6 nines. So right now it's 6 nines. Okay, then .login wrapper here is going to be a border radius of 20 pixel, width of 45 W with W, height of 60 VH, display of flex direction of row, reverse here, align items of center, and justify content of center. So flex direction of row reverse, I want first to target the image and then show you what is it exactly. So login left side here is going to be flex of 1, width of 50%, and height of 100%. And here dot left image is going to be 100% width, 100% height, and object fit of cover. So you see here how is the image. If I remove here the flex direction or reverse, it's like this. It's literally reverse them from end to start. And I'm going to add it in the image on the right side. Okay, so you get the point. Okay, so then let's start here. Here is the left side. Let's start here with the right. So the right side here is going to be dot login right side, and it is going to have margin of 0, flex of 1, so flex 1, background color of FFF, height of 100%, width of 100%, overflow of hidden, oops, and color of white, like this. Then dot login right side and h2. Wait, why I have color of white? I'm going to remove it. So we have here login right side h2, and here text align of center, font size of 36 pixel, color of F22A2. What happened here on my keyboard? Wait, F22A2A, like this, and margin of 2.5 on top and bottom, and 0 on left and right here. Okay, so login right side here, login form, and the login form display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, and overflow here of hidden. Then dot login form here, margin top of 5 IRM, display of flex, flex direction of column, justify content of center, and gap of 32 pixel, like this. So you see here how there is some space. Okay, then dot login form input, and here outline of none, oops, border of none, border bottom of 1 pixel, solid 333, then width of 50%, padding left of 0.25 IRM, padding bottom of 0.25 IRM, and here transition of 150 milliseconds. O is in out for the input. Okay, then we have the dot login form input focus, and here we have margin top of 2.5 IRM, outline of none, come on, oops, wait, okay, outline of none, then border of 1 pixel, solid transparent. Here I forgot the colon, so like this, and here it's 1 pixel solid and not this weird property, but 333. Wait, margin top, oh guys, my bad, just delete this thing here and write padding left of 0.75 IRM. I was looking at the other thing. So right now dot login form submit btn. Right now we're going to write here out margin top of 2.5 IRM, then outline of none, then border of 1 pixel, solid transparent here, padding of 0.5 IRM on top and bottom, and 1.5 on left and right. Then background color of this red color. So you see here which we have written here with F22A2A is background color. Then color of white, font weight of 500, font size of 20 pixel, border radius of 20 pixel, and cursor of pointer, like this. Okay, of course we need to provide some hover effect. So login forum submit btn colon hover, and here we have border color of this red color, so F2, like this, then color of this red color, and then here background color of white, like this. Okay, then here when I hover, you see here we have the effect. Okay, then after this hover effect here we have the login form here, and we start here the paragraph. So text align of center, color is going to be a black color, display of flex direction of column, and justify content of center. Okay, like this. Perfect. Then login form, the paragraph, and inside the paragraph that anchor tag, which is going to receive a text decoration of none. Then font size of 17 pixel, color of 888, and here lastly margin top of 0.25 IRM. And here we have the .error message, which is when we have an error, the message. So here is going to be height of 70 pixel, width of 250 pixel, text align of center. After the text align of center, here we have border radius of 20 pixel, line height of 1.5 IRM, padding of 0.75 IRM on top and bottom, and 1.5 on left and right. Then background color we have here on F00, color of white, position of absolute here, top of 5 IRM, and here right of 5 IRM. So if I make this true, just to see the error message here, wrong credentials, write different ones. Of course, I need to change the color because we have a red color. So if I make it, let's say, a black color, so 000, okay, like this, it is visible at least. And I can make here a font weight of both, font weight of 500, yes, something like this. Okay, I'm going to leave it like this. Okay, but of course here we need to write the handle login function, and then we are going to write the Redux. So here let's start with the handle login. So event.prevent default to remove the default behavior for forms when submitted, which is refreshing the page. I don't want the page to be refreshed. So try catch here, and here set error for the catch block is going to be here true, and then set timeout, and the timeout is going to be 3000 milliseconds long, which means after 3 seconds we're going to set the error back to false like this. And here inside the try block here I'm going to make const response is equal to fetch http localhost, come on, localhost 5000 here, auth login, and here we have an object with options, and here headers and another object, content type here, colon, application slash JSON. So we're going to send it in the JSON format. Then we'll specify the method to be a post method, and then the body is going to be json.stringify of the email and password like this. Okay, and here const data is equal to await response.json, and dispatch login here with the data that we get back, and navigate to our homepage if it's a success. But as you see here, we don't have the login function, which is from the Redux. So of course, let's make here inside the source directory a Redux folder, and inside the Redux folder let's make here a store.js, and then we're going to make an auth-slice.js. So for the auth-slice.js here, let's import create slice from Redux.js toolkit, and let's start typing. So I'm going to explain you Redux is very simple, especially Redux toolkit. So we make an initial state, which is basically what will be the variables inside this slice, and the store here. So I'm going to make a comment here for you to read it. So store is composed of several slices. Each slice contains specific logic. Auth slice for auth, I want to make it several lines, or cart slice for cart logic. Okay, so here for our authentication logic we have here user and token no. So this will be our variables inside this object, and here export const auth slice is equal to create slice here, and we have here a name of auth, initial state here, and reducer. So reducers here, two dots, login state action here, and here state.user is equal to action.payload.others. And of course here I need to make it like this, so two dots, and here we don't have an error. Then state.token here is equal to action.payload.token like this. This is our login. Then the register is going to be the same, so register. And if you wonder what those reducers do, the only purpose of the reducers function here, which is login and register right now, is to change the state. So we have a state and we have functions to change the state. That is so easy. We have state and functions to change the state, and the state are variables. So the state are variables which are global because of Redux. And here we have a logout, which is our last here, our last reducer function, which is just a state here. And if you wonder right now, what is this thing action, we get this thing here. So this is the action. So action.payloads. Come on, what happened here? Action.payloads is the things that we get from here. And here we sent an object which has the user info and the token. So here, that's why here we have others, which is the user info and then the token. Okay. And here state.user is equal to no, state.token is equal to no, and local storage, local storage clear, like this. This is for our logout. And then we export them. So export const, and here inside curly braces, login, register, and logout is equal to auth slice dot actions, like this. And then export default auth slice dot reducer. And auth slice dot reducer is not those things here. It is here the state, basically. And here for store.js, it is a lot of boilerplate code. I don't want to lose your time. So we go to the GitHub. There is no logic, guys. Remember, there is almost no logic. So that's why I want to copy paste. So you see this long thing here. So copy, paste. And here we have the card slice. But I have not created for now the card slice. We're going to do it later. So that's why this is the only thing that I'm going to change. So we delete here the card slice like this. And here it is this code for Redux persist. It's kind of a boilerplate-ish code. I don't want to write it, so that's why I copy paste. So here we get the reducers, and when we have several reducers, we combine them. We have one reducer with all the reducers. We write it here with persist reducer, and we put here persist reducer as a reducer. It's this. Oops. Let's go here to the index.js. And in order to have them globally available, we need to wrap our whole application with them. So first we import here that provider, and then we have to import the persist gate, which is, it pops up from here. And we need to provide one prop for the provider, which is our store. So it gets the store here from this thing here. So you see here this thing. And here the persist gate gets the persister. And the persister, we need to import it here. So persister, okay, we have successfully imported it. Okay, so let's go back here to our login, and let's import that login here. So we have imported successfully. You see here login, and let's uncomment the use dispatcher in dispatcher right now, because we're not going to have any error. And right now this is it. And before doing anything, I want just to console log the data. And let me go back here. Provider is not defined. I have not imported it. I forgot. So provider here. Okay, right now we have imported the provider. Let me close it here. User credentials. Okay, I need to revert this back to false, because yes. And here let's start typing. So user3@gmail.com. This is an account that we have created. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Click login. And here, because we are navigated, I think it's correct. Let's inspect here. Unexpected key card found in previous state. Okay, don't worry about this. We're going to fix it. It's not a problem. But here, it is working. We get here from login 29th line. Here is 29th line, this console log. And here we get the others, which is the user data. And here we get, the token. So right now this is working successfully. Okay, let's make, while we're at it, let's make here the sign up. So I can just copy paste this thing here. Let's copy this, everything from login, just copy it. Or actually, no, let's don't copy it. Let's write it. So don't worry, let's write it. I don't want to copy. Okay, so here, class name is going to be here of classes dot sign up container, then dot classes dot sign up wrapper, like this here. And here we have an image here. Image with the class name here of classes dot left image, like this. Then wait, I forgot to apply here the left side. So here above the image dot classes left side like this here. Oops. Okay, so this for the left side, and then the right side classes dot sign up right side like this. And here for the right side we have an h2 with the title of sign up. Then here we have below this a form, and the form is going to have a non-submit of handle sign up and a class name here of classes dot sign up form like this. And here we have an input here with the type of text and placeholder here of type username like this. And then on change here is going to be event set username e.target.value. Then input type of email and placeholder here of type email with an on change here of event set email. Oops, what is this thing here? Set email e.target.value. And then here we have, of course, for the password, and here the placeholder is going to be here type password, and of course an on change event of on change here. Again we take it, set password e.target.value like this. And of course below we have a button, so before that last input we have a button with the class name here of classes dot submit btn, and it's going to be sign up. Okay, and the paragraph here is already have, I will just want to make it like this, already have an account question mark here, and of course a link here to login. And below this form here I'm going to have again an error, which is error ampersand, and here div with the same class name, which is oops class name here classes.error message, and here wrong credentials, try different ones. Okay, but for the CSS, okay, I'm not going to copy the CSS, let's write it because there are a few differences. So here sign up container is going to be here, height of 100 VH, width of 100 VW, display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, background color of F22 A2A, then position of absolute, then top of 0, left of 0, and the index of 999, again 6 nines. Okay, then sign up wrapper is going to be border radius here of 20 pixel, width of 45 VW, height of 60 VH, display of flex, align items of center, and justify content of center. Then dot sign up left side is going to be here a flex of 1, width of 50%, and height of 100%. Then dot left image here is going to be width of 100%, height of 100%, object fit of cover. And below this left dot image here we have sign up right side, which is going to receive here a margin of 0, flex of 1, background color of F0 of FFF, so white color, height of 100%, width of 100%, overflow of hidden, and color of FFF. Or actually, again, why do I have it? So sign up handle. Okay, of course I need to make the state because to remove those errors. So const username set username is equal to use state. Then const email set email is equal to use state. And then const password set password here is equal to use state here an empty string. Okay, then we have the image to import, so import image from quotes dot slash assets slash here, and we have woman eating, just woman eating dot jpeg. Okay, then of course we have the error, so error set error is equal to use state false. And what else we have? Handle sign up is not defined. Okay, let's just define it. Handle, I'm just going to copy it. So handle sign up is equal to async, and it takes the event like this. Okay, so slash register. Why? It's sign up, not register. My bad. Okay. So we see on here on the CSS. Let's continue. So then we target here dot sign up right side. We target here the h2, and for the h2 text align center. Then after the text align center, font size of 36 pixel, color of F22 A to A, then margin top of 2.5 rem. Okay, then sign up right side is going to have here a sign up form, which is going to have here a display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, and overflow of hidden. Let me see. But this image, I forgot to style the image, or there is, wait, left side here. It's sign up left side. Here it's left side, but it's sign up left side. So sign up left side. Okay, right now it is okay. Don't. Okay, so just change here the class name to sign up left side here on this div here. Okay, then below this sign up form here, we have to style the sign up form itself. So sign up form is going to receive here. Wait, just a second. Sign up form. Yes, so sign up form here. But I already style it above. So what am I doing here? So sign up form here is going to have here a margin top of 2.5 rem. What else? And flex direction of column. Oops, and below the flex direction of column gap of 32 pixel. Like this. Okay, then sign up form, we target the input, and the input are going to receive outline of none, border of none, border of 1 pixel solid 333, then width of 50%, padding left of 0.25 rem, padding bottom of 0.25 rem, and transition of 150 milliseconds, all is in out, like this. Then we have to target here the focus. So sign up form here, input colon focus, and here padding left to 0.75 rem. Okay, then sign up form, submit btn. I'm going to have here margin top of 2.5 rem, then outline of none. Oops. Then border of 1 pixel solid transparent, padding of 0.5 rem on top and bottom, and 0.5 on left and right. Then background color of F2 to A to A, then color of FFF, then font weight of 500, font size of 20 pixel, border radius of 20 pixel, and then cursor of pointer. Okay, then sign up form. We target here the dot submit btn colon hover is going to be border color of F22A to A, then color of F22A to A, the same color, and here background color of white. Okay, but the inputs here, why did I need to make the, wait, sign up form? Why are the inputs not targeted? So it should be border bottom here. So change here from the input to border bottom. That's why they look like this. So here we have border bottom. Okay, right now they look 10 times better. Super. And here we have the sign up. You see the hover effect. Okay. Okay, then below this hover effect here, we have to target here the paragraph. So sign up form, and here the paragraph, which is going to have text align of center, color of black, then after the color, display of flex direction of column, and justify content of center. Okay, then sign up form, we target the paragraph, and then the anchor tag, which are going to receive text decoration of none, then font size of 17 pixel, color of 888, margin top of 0.25 rem, and here dot error message is going to be height of 70 pixel, width of 250 pixel, text align of center, border radius of 20 pixel, line height is going to be 1.5 IRM here, padding of 0.75 on top and bottom, and on left and right 1.5 IRM. Then background color is going to be F00, color of FFF, position of absolute here, and then top 5 IRM, top, and on right again 5 IRM, like this. Okay, so this for our sign up. Let's go back here to write our handle register or handle sign up in our case. Okay, so again, event.prevent default, then again a try cache block, and here into the cache block set error previous, then set timeout, and you know, for a set timeout 3 seconds again, so 3000 milliseconds, and here set error is false, but here why it's previous, it should be true, my bad. And here for the try block here, const response is equal to await fetch http slash localhost 5000 slash all slash register here, and here headers, headers content type here, application JSON. Okay, then below the headers we have method of post, and here we have the body JSON stringify, first the username, then the email, and then the password. Okay, and then const data is equal to await response.json, and then dispatch here, dispatch of register here, which is auto imported as you see here, and then we send the data, and then navigate. Of course, we need to declare the dispatch and navigate, so const dispatch is equal to use dispatch, and then const navigate is equal to use navigate, like this. Okay, so let's try our register. So type username user 555, email user 555 at gmail.com, and password 123123, sign up. So it's a success. Let me see here. I have not console logged, but we can see here in our application local storage. Let me make it bigger. So username 555, email 555 at gmail.com is admin false, and the ID here. So this is working successfully. So our register is working as intended. Okay, let me close here those files, and let's start making the create component. So for the create component, it's probably the longest component, so be ready. I have warned you. Okay, so let's go. So class name here will be classes.container, then .classes.wrapper, and here we have an h2 with the title of create food. Then below the h2 we have form, and that form here, that form here is going to have here an awesome meat of handle create product, and here I'm going to have, you have probably not seen this thing, I'm going to explain. So enc type is multi-part slash form hyphen data. So this thing here, we must have this thing here. Why? Because we are going to send images to Multer, and it only accepts form data. So in order for it to accept it like this, we must have this thing here, and I'm going to, and when we make the function, we are going to see how it is going to look like. Okay, then here I have classes.input wrapper, and for this input wrapper here, I'm going to have here a label with the title colon space, and below I'm going to have here an input with the type of text, here a placeholder of title, like this, ... and then I'm going to have a class name here of classes.input. Okay, so I'm going to have an onChange event, of course. So event event, and here set title to, set title to event.target.value, like this. And I can make this on several lines. So you click on one place, then hold Alt, and here you click when you have hold Alt, and then click enter, like this. And here I want to indent it, so perfect. Then I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it several times. Later, if I have something extra, I'm going to delete it. Okay, so Then here after the title I have description, and for the description again a type of a text. Placeholder is going to be description, and here set desk like this. After the description here I have category, and the category here is a placeholder of category, and here set category. After the category here we have, okay, so this here is going to be a little bit different. So instead of input wrapper, the class name is going to be input wrapper image like this, and here instead of a label title we're going to have here an image, two dots, and here inside that label I'm going to have here a span upload here, and for the label I'm going to have here a class name of classes.label file input like this input, and here the HTML4 will be of a message. So HTML4 here is going to be image like this, and the HTML4 is attaching to ID. So here I must provide here an ID, and it must be the same as the HTML4 text. So here it is image like this, it must be the same. Then I'm going to provide here a type of a file. It's not a text here, it is a file, so make the file. Here I have a placeholder of image like this, and here the input I'm going to leave the same class name here, and here for the on change I'm going to write here a function, which function is on change file, and I'm going to make here the display of none. So it is going to, I'm going to explain when I make. So it is a display of none because I want to click the label, and because of this HTML4 the label is going to activate the input, so we don't need the input to be visible in order to upload file, and I'm going to show you, so don't worry. Okay, so this here for that specific input, and below that input here, so if you have an image here we're going to display here a paragraph here with the class name of classes dot image name here, and here image dot name like this, and here I'm going to provide an icon AI outline close circle, and here I'm going to have a class name here, class name here of classes dot close icon, yes, and then here on click close circle, and here on click is going to be handle close image like this. So you see how it is. Okay, and here we are ready with this input wrapper image. Then below the input wrapper image, here we have, instead of a title we have a price. Type is going to be here a number, then a placeholder is going to be here a price, and here is going to be set price like this, and we can provide here a step of 0.01 for the step, and this is it here for the price. Yes, input price, yes, okay. And here the last here is review. So the review here is again a type of a number, but step is going to be equal to 1, minimum value is going to be equal to 1, and maximum is going to be equal to 5. And actually we can make, let's say, a review of 4.5 or 4.6, so we can make the step instead of 1 to make it to 0, because when it's step 1 we can make only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if it's a step of 1, but right now I can make 4.3, 4.5, but I cannot make 4.55 like this, so you get the point. And here it's review and set review. So if I go here to the create, you see how many things we need to create. So first I'm going to import this icon. So import AI outline close icon from React icons AI. Then what else? I think I have an okay, those states here. So here we have const title, set title is equal to use state here, an empty string, then const description, set description here is equal to use state here, again an empty string, then const what we have here. So description, then category, so category, set category is equal to use state like this. Then after the category here, let me check, here is the image here, so const image, set image in again is going to be equal to use state an empty string. Then after the image here, what we have, so image, then price and review. Okay, so const price, set price is equal to use state, again an empty string, and then const review, set review here is equal to use state, like this. And I think in the models we have review, right? Am I mistaken? Okay, yes, we have reviews. You see here review, so no problem. So those are the use states. What we have also, those three functions. So handle create product. So const handle create product is equal to async. It takes an event here because it's from the form, this thing here. Okay, then we have handle on change file and handle close image. Okay, I'm going to make them all. So const on change file, which again is taking an event, and here const handle close image is equal to this. Okay, so I suggest to you that we see how our create page is looking. So when we click here, you see how it is looking. Of course, because of this navbar, you cannot see it right now. So let's go here into the CSS. So just a second. Okay, so like this, again we split the screen, so we see what we are styling. So here dot container is equal to height 1 calc 100 vh minus 60 pixel, which is the height of our navbar. Then width of 100%, display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, padding bottom of 5 IRM, and then margin top of 3.5 IRM. Then dot wrapper is going to be here a display of flex direction of column, border of 1 pixel solid 444, then border radius here of 12 pixel, of 22 pixel, actually not 12 pixel but 22 pixel, and here padding of 1.5 IRM. Then dot title is going to be text align of center, margin bottom of 2 IRM, font size of 32 pixel, and font weight of both. Let me see. Okay, right now it is centered, and here we have the padding bottom, so it is looking okay. Then after the title here we have the input wrapper, which is going to receive here a width of 100%, display of flex, align items of center, justify content of flex, and here margin bottom of 0.5 IRM. Then dot input wrapper, we target here the label, which is going to receive here a margin right of 15 pixel and width of 33%. Then input wrapper image is going to image is going to have width of 400 pixel, display of flex, align items of center, and margin bottom of 0.5 IRM. Let's see how it's looking. Okay, still we have a long way to go for this CSS to make it look better. So input wrapper image, we target here the span, like this is going to be display of inline block, then padding of 0.5 on top and bottom, and 1 IRM on left and right, then background color of this grayish color, which is teal, then color of FFF, then border of 1 pixel solid transparent, cursor of pointer, transition of 150 milliseconds, so then border radius of 16 pixel, and here margin of top and bottom 1 IRM, and left and right 4.75. I have experimented with this value, that's why they're like this. Let me see how it's looking. Okay, here it is input wrapper image, right? Okay, then after this span here, input wrapper image, and here span cover is going to be padding of, we have already padding, so background color is going to be of white, then color of teal, and then border color is going to be here a teal. Okay, here image name is going to be here position of absolute, right of 35 IRM, then display of flex, align items of center, gap of 6 pixel, and font size of 14 pixels. So you see right now how it's looking. Don't worry, it's going to look great in just a second. Then after the image name here, dot close icon is going to be cursor of pointer, font size of 16 pixel. Then input is going to be here a padding of 0.5 IRM, width of 77.5% like this, border radius of 8 pixel, and border of 1 pixel solid RGB to 170, 165, 165. So right now, as I told you, it looks great in just a second. Right now it looks completely different, right? Okay. Then after the dot input here, dot input focus here is going to be padding 0.5 IRM. Actually, we have already written this, so wait. So instead of this padding, outline will be none here, and border color will be RGB 99, 92, 92, like this. Then we need to have a button here. Somehow I forgot to write the button after all of those inputs. So here, let me go here to the was input wrapper, which is this, and below this input wrapper here, we have classes.button wrapper, and here is going to be classes.submit btn with the, it's going to be of course a button with the type of submit, like this. And here button, of course, and here the text of submit. Okay, let's continue here with the CSS. So dot submit btn is going to receive here width of 50%, background color is going to be of CEA600, then color of FFF, then padding of 0.75 on top and bottom, and on left and right 1.25, then border radius of 12 pixel, border 1 pixel solid transparent, cursor of pointer, transition of 150 milliseconds, so, and here margin top of 1 IRM. Okay, then dot submit btn here, hover is going to be here background color of white, color of CEA600, then border color of CEA600. And here, of course, I want it to be centered, so let's make it display of flex and justify content of center. Or wait, white is not centered, so width of 0 auto. Maybe because I forgot here to write the button wrapper, so here delete those display flex and margin, and here above the submit btn button wrapper, and here display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, like this. Okay, right now it's looking good, and margin top, let's say of 6 pixels, something small. Okay, like this, it's looking good. So let's go back here to the create.jsx and let's start typing right now here the functions. So here, let me make this to be smaller. So first I'm going to write here the onChange file, which is going to be just this. So set image is going to be here e.target.files and 0 index, because when you have a type of file, it is going to save the image here into the e.target.files, which is an array, and it is an array, so we want to get just the first one because we have only one file. This is why it is like this. And here to handle close image, just set image to empty string, just this. But for the handle create product, this is going to be a very, very interesting function, so I suggest to you that we start. So event.prevent default here, then a try catch block here, and here for the catch block, I'm going to write right now just for the catch block because it's small piece of code, so console.error, error.message. But of course for the try block it's going to be a little bit complex, so const form data is equal to new form data, because you know images can only be sent in form data. Then let file name is equal to no. Then if we have an image here, file name is going to be to date.now plus image.name. So date.now, if you don't know, I'm going to show you. So date.now, it is the milliseconds from 52 years ago. So from 1917 year, it's the millisecond. So right now you see it's a different value, different value, different value, different value. So this is a unique value. It is every millisecond. So you know 1 second is 1000 milliseconds. So like this. Okay, so then we form data.append here, file name, and here the file name. Oops, then form data dot append here image like this, and then await fetch HTTP localhost 5000 upload image, and here headers authorization here bearer token like this. And this token here we need to get it from somewhere, so const token is equal to use selector state.auth. So as I told you here, .auth is a slice, so we get the auth slice from the entire state, which auth slice is the user data, user info, we can put it like this, is the same thing, and the token. And here I need the token when I upload the image. Okay, then method is going to be here a post, and the body is the form data that we have created here, this form data. Okay, after this if statement here, I want to make another API call which is for uploading product. So const response is equal to await fetch HTTP localhost 5000 slash product, and here headers, headers here, content type, two dots, application slash JSON, and here authorization, and here again the bearer space and a token like this. After this thing here, of course we need to provide method of post, and then the body which is JSON dot stringify in an object here, and let me write it so title, description, category, image, file name like this. Why? Because here in our models it is here like this, it's img, I have named it like this. Oops. Okay, then price, and then review, and then price like this, and then review like this. Okay, and of course after this we get const food is equal to await response.json, and then let's navigate to this, so food slash food dot underscore id, and of course we need to get this navigate, so const navigate is equal to use navigate. We need to import it, so import use navigate from react router DOM here. So let's use selector is not defined, of course we need to import it, import use selector from react redux. Okay, so let's create a product. Okay, so but if you remember here in our product controller, we need to be admin to create a product. So I suggest to you that we go here to the Postman Auth register, and let's create an account specifically for this purpose, which is an admin. So username, admin, email, admin@gmail.com, password 123, and here the most important part is admin. We are going to set it to true. Of course in a real application it's different, but here it's a demo purposes, so you know. So click send here, and here we get it. So let's go here, logout. Oh, this logout doesn't work. Okay, we can create it right now. It's not a big functionality, to be honest. So here const logout is equal to dispatch, dispatch logout here, and navigate to our home route. To our login route, I meant. Login. Da is my home language, I'm Bulgarian, my bad. So on click here, handle logout like this, and let's import here const dispatch is equal to use dispatch here, and const navigate is equal to use navigate. Okay, so logout is not defined. What is not defined? Ah, okay, so we need to go here to all slice, and right now it is imported successfully. We click here on logout, and you see here we get the login. Okay, so let's type here admin at gmail.com and 123 123. Click login. Okay, so here we are on create, and let's make product one desk, category burger, and here the image, so burger one. Here you see how it is. Here the price, let's make it 49, and review, let's put it at 4.3, and let's click submit. So okay, here we get probably an error. Let me see here. Unexpected token, doc type is not valid, JSON. Oh, let me see here. Create on line 73. So line 73 at create. Let me see where it is. 73. Okay, it comes from here. And let me check here. It is content type application JSON. Here, what is the error? Let me see here. So we have content type application JSON, then the authorization, a method of post, and body of JSON stringify. So let me see again the error where it is coming up. So guys, after some debugging, I found a mistake. It's a very silly mistake. So here in the verify.js token in our backend folder, you see here const token is equal to request.headers, and we have no authorization. We need to write request.headers.authorization split, and here the same. So request.headers.authorization here. So this was the mistake right now. So let me go here to the title. So product one. Again, product one, category burger, 1 to 3 price, and 4.3. So click submit, and right now you see here we don't have yet the food details page. That's why nothing pops up. But here we get the ID, and if I go to my database and refresh here, you will see that we have something. So loading, come on, come on. Okay, and you see here we have it. So here is the image. You see here with that date.now, and if I go here, oops, not here, but to my VS Code, you see here we have the image here, exactly here. So I suggest to you that we make our food catalog, and then we make the food details so we see what is there. So let us close this here, and let us go to our food catalog. So catalog here, let's go. So here class name here will be classes.container, then classes.wrapper here, and here we are going to have an h2 with the class name here of title, which is going to be the best. Oops, I want to close this because we don't need it currently. The best, and here food endpoint in the region. And of course we're going to display this only if we have this food, only if we have. Oh, I'm going to make the condition later. Right now it is like this. And if you wonder what is this food endpoint, right now I'm going to show you. So first I want to make this const filter foods, set filtered foods is equal to use state, like this. Then we have const location is equal to use location, and let me import it. So import use location is from react router DOM, and here const food endpoint is equal to location dot path name dot split, and we split it with the slash here like this, and we get the second. So right now I know it's super random. So right now I'm going to console log location dot path name, and you are going to see what do I mean. So if you remember here, if I go to my home page, oops, if I go to my home page here, and why this image is so big, let me fix it. So just to go to the hero one, because I don't know why it is that big. So this illustration here, man eating. So here let me make it, let's say 50%, 30%, let's make it 40 actually. Yes, 40% is okay. I don't know why what's 85. 40% is okay. So the hero.mojo.css. But I want to show you this location.path name, and we are going to our food catalog when we click on one of these. So if I make it like this, inspect, and I click here on that burger, you see here slash food slash burger, And when you split it, let me show you what you get. So an empty string here, foods and burger, and when you get the second index you get burger. So this is the logic behind it. So right now you know what is the logic. Okay, and then of course we need to get the token because we are going to make an API call. So token is equal to use selector dot state, and here state dot out, and of course we need to import the use selector. So import use selector from React Redux like this. Okay, and here I want to make an API call. So use effect here like this, and use effect const fetch food type is equal to async function like this, and you cannot put async like this into the use effect. It will get an error, so you need to put here in a function use effect. And here const response is equal to await fetch http slash localhost 5000 slash product, and here because you remember it's a query, so question mark category is equal to our food endpoint. So it will be, let's say, I want to copy this thing to show you. So it's going to be, let's say, burger in our case. Right now it's going to be burger, and because in our backend here in a product controller here we get the query, so it is going to give us all the burgers here. That's how it's going to work. And of course here we need to specify headers and authorization, two dots, bearer, and a token like this. Okay, and then const data is equal to await response.json. I want to console log it. Data. I get an error here. Because it's the headers. Let me move it down. So I want, okay, like this, and then set filtered foods to data. And of course when our food endpoint changes, and here it's endpoint, come on, it's endpoint, that's a silly typo, and here I paste the food endpoint like this. Okay, so oops, let me go here, just remove this, and here I click on burgers. So right now if I refresh the page, I don't get, because I have not called that function. Come on, let's call the function, and right now we should get our burger here. So we get our burger here, interesting. So burger, okay, so we get everything. Okay, so let's continue with our function. So I want to display this title only if we have burgers, because right now if I click on pizza, I have not created pizza yet. Of course later we're going to create every single food type, but right now we work with burgers. So here const filter foods const length, if it's not equal to 0 then we display. This means that if we have more than 0. Okay, then here dot classes dot foods here, and I'm going to display here filtered foods dot length. If it's not 0, this means that it's more than 0, we map it. So filtered foods dot map here, and here f for foods, and let's go. I have an error. Here I forgot the ampersand, so like this. So, or question mark here, you see no ampersand, just question mark, and here the optional chaining like this, and here is going to be no food endpoint right now, and here I'm going to give the h1 class name here of classes no quantity like this. And okay, let's start here. So first here we have a link here from React Router DOM, which is going to navigate us to the food details. So food slash f dot underscore id, that's how we're going to navigate to the food details with its id, unique identifier. And of course the link is going to have a key here of f dot underscore id and a class name here of food, of what is it? Yes, only food, classes.food. So classes.food, our class name. Then here inside our link here we have classes.image container, and here the image container is going to be here an image with the source here of http localhost 5000 slash images slash here f dot image like this. And of course here a class name of class name here classes dot food image. And now I know, okay, web dev mania, what is this thing here? So why the slash images? And right now I'm going to show you. because I'm going to make a static link. So we go to the index.js, and here above the auth app.choose here on the endpoint of images. So when we are on the route of images, I want you to show the static, which is this public slash images, like this, which is this thing here, where we store here images. So right now, can I copy this here? So I want to copy the name. So come on, why it's not copying? Can I copy path? Okay, so we have HTTP localhost 5000 slash images slash this image here. So voila, you see how it is, and it is because here it is images, but it must be images. Here if I rename it to, let's say, images ha 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 ha, it must be here images ha 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 too. If I click here, you see right now it's loading, but if I revert back to images, you see how it is. So of course I'm going to make it back to images. So it's like this, so images, and this is how we get access to the images. So you see, okay, below the image container here, I'm going to have classes.food details here, and below the food details here, I have an h4 here with the class name here of food title, which is f title, like this. And then I have a span with the class name here of price, and here a span again with the dollar sign, like this. And then we have a space here. You see here we have a space, so space, and here f dot question mark price, like this. So of course I'm going to make here a question mark too. So let me go here to our 3000 port. Let me go scroll back here and click on burger. Oh, this image is super big. And here you see product one, and here the price that we have specified. Okay, let's go into our CSS and let's make it beautiful. So here, let's split the screen again, and like this. Okay, so dot container here is going to have height of 100%, width of 100%, and margin top of 5 IRM. Then dot wrapper is going to be here width of 85%, height of 100%, margin of 0 auto. Then display of flex direction here is going to be here a column. Then justify content of center and align items of center. After the wrapper here, I want to have a dot title, and this title here is going to be margin bottom of 5 IRM, font size of 36 pixel, and color of F00. Okay, then dot foot is going to be display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, flex wrap is going to be here a wrap, and here a gap of 75 pixel, like this. Okay, then dot foot is going to be here a text decoration of none, color inherit, and this for the foot. Let me see how it's looking. Okay, we cannot see that much because our image is taking so much of our viewport, but let's start our image container, shall we? So image container is going to be here a width of 450 pixel, height of 350 pixel, and overflow here of hidden. Then dot image container, come on, dot image container, and the image inside the image container is going to have transition of 250 milliseconds. Oh, then width of 100%, height of 100%, and object fit of cover, like this. Okay, then dot image container, here the image hover is going to have a scale of 1.1. So again, this beautiful effect as you see here. Okay, let's continue. So then dot foot details are going to have display of flex, justify content of space between, align items of center, padding top and bottom of 0, and left and right of 0.5 IRM, and here margin top of 20 pixel, like this. Okay, then dot foot title is going to be here font size of 24 pixel. After the foot title, price is going to be font size of again of 24 pixel, and font weight of 500. So let me see how it's looking. You see here, and we can make the title here, we can make it text transform capitalized to have it uppercase here, the first letter. Okay, perfect. Okay, then dot price, and the price inside the span is going to be font size of 20 pixel, color F00, so a red color, and then margin right of 3 pixels. So this is here the dollar sign as you see here, and I can actually remove the margin right. Yes, I like it much better like this. And lastly here I want to start the h1, this h1 here, no quantity. So no quantity here is going to be text align of center, then margin top of 2.5 IRM, font weight of both, font size of 40 pixel, and margin bottom of 12.5 IRM like this. So let's make several other burgers. So here again a burger, something like this, burger 2. Let's get another image. So this image, price, let's make it $99. Very expensive burger, I know. 5 review, submit. And of course we have not created the food details, but if I go here, come on, to the burger, you see here we have 2 burgers, but you notice the problem. I have a fix for this problem. It is a very small problem, but still, when I click here, I'm at the down of the page and I need to scroll back here. And I'm going to show you one trick to get rid of this problem. So here, it is a very simple solution, like very simple. So go back to app.js here. Let me close this because we are ready. And in the app.css here, I want here to get const location is equal to use location. And here, let's import it, of course. So import use location from React Router DOM, and here use effect, and here the use effect, and the dependency is going to be location.pathname, which is the link. So you see here, I click here on the home route, the URL changes. Watch here, and here if I click on the burger, the link changes. So we want when the link changes to be up. So we are going to do this right now. So window.scroll to 0 0. This is it. So if I go here to my home, I scroll back down and I click on burger, you see we are up. We are halfway up, we are not entirely up. I am not sure why. So if I click again, right now we are entirely up. It was some bug. So I can try it again. So come on, and you see we are up. But then after the API call loads, we are back down. So this is why it happens. But still we are up, and this is how it works. Okay, so if I click on something that I have not created, you see no gyros now, and we are up. If I click on pizza, we are up, no pizza right now. This is how it works. Okay, we can create, let's say, gyros. I personally like a lot of gyros or junior kebab. For me, it's almost the same. I don't want to offend anyone. Here, category, let's make it, of course, gyros. 49, and review of 5, and here let's upload some gyros. Submit, and let's click on gyros. So you see here gyros. Oh, it looks very delicious. I'm very hungry. Okay, so we are ready with the food catalog, guys. The next part is making the food details, which is going to be quite an interesting part, I shall say. So here into the food details, here let's start with the JSX. So food details, class name here is classes.container, then .classes.wrapper, and here .classes.left, and here image source, and the source image is going to be, I'm going to write here some generic image here. Of course we are going to fetch from database. Right now I want to show you first how it is going to look like, and then we are going to fetch. So burger1, let's put it here like this. Okay, and here we're going to have classes.write, and here an h2 with the classes of title, and here some title. But right now I see every value here is dynamic. So first I think it's a better practice to just fetch the data, and then we're going to write here the JSX. So const food details set food details is equal to use state here empty string, then const quantity, we're going to need this later, but I'm creating it right now. Set quantity is equal to state 1, const dispatch is equal to use dispatch. Let's import it. We're going to need it when we make the function. So use dispatch from React Redux like this, and below here const id is equal to use params. So let's import it from React Router DOM. So use params from React router DOM. And what we else here? Oh yes, so here the token, so const token is equal to use selector state dot out like this. Okay, and here we make a use effect for our API call. So use effect here, and of course we want to fetch data whenever the ID changes. So here I'm going to put the ID as a dependency, and let's go. So const fetch food details is equal to async here. So async const response is equal to await fetch http slash localhost again 5000 here product slash find slash id. This is our route that I have defined here into the product.controller. So this thing here. Okay, so you know. Let's close it. And here of course I need to specify something. So headers, and here out. Come on, why this here? So authorization here, and here bearer space and the token here. Okay, and then const data is equal to await response of JSON. I want to console log the data, and let's call the function. So say fetch food details. So here I go to, let's say, to the gyros. Let's click on it. Of course you see here some generic image, and you see here food details. So it's from food details, and here gyros, the image, the price, review, title. So we fetch it successfully. We have no error, which is great. Here set food details instead of console log. I want to set it in the state, so like this. So data. Okay, let's go down here, and of course instead of this image here, I want to do it in the that way. So slash images, and here food details, and here image like this. You must provide here, otherwise you will get an error in the beginning when it is still fetching. And of course this delicious gyros is here. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so we have here the right side. So instead of some title here, we need to provide the food details title like this, then dot classes dot price here, and here we have price, two dots, span, $sign, and then space food details and question mark dot price like this. Then below this price here we have classes dot quantity, and here we have a button which is going to be just a minus. Then here I have a span which is going to be 1, and here I have another button which is plus. So you get a point where we are heading. Okay, so for our span here I'm going to have a class name here of classes dot quantity number, and here I'm going to provide our quantity which we have here from that state. That's why I have written this state here below the food details. And of course the default is 1. The minimum you can order is 1. You cannot order -1 burger, you get me. Here the button here, the button is going to be disabled when the quantity is 1, because you cannot decrease the quantity when it is 1. Like you cannot order 0 burgers, you know. And here I'm going to provide here on click here and a function. So this function will be here change quantity, and here I'm going to pass just this dec, and this is short for decrement. I'm going to copy this because it's the same function, but instead of dec here it's inc for increment. And here we have no disabled, of course, for the plus. Okay, so I suggest to you that we make here the change quantity function. So here const change quantity, here as a parameter we get here on command, and here of course if command is equal to dec, we make one thing, else if the command is equal to inc, we make a second thing. So like this. And here we check in the decrement if inside the if. So if quantity is equal to 1, here we just return, we do nothing, like we cannot decrease it. That's what it means. And here set quantity, we take the previous quantity and the previous -1. Else if set quantity previous plus 1. This is it. This is the entire function. And of course here it's change quantity. Here I made some typo, I don't know why. And if when we make the image smaller, you're going to see that it is working as we want. Then below the quantity here I can make it like this, or no, I can just go below this div. So we have classes dot category, and inside that category I have an h3 with category colon space, and here I have a span, and this span below is with the class name here of classes.category name, and here food details category. This here our category. Okay, below our category here we have classes.product description, and here div with the description to dots space, and here below this div here I have a paragraph, and below this paragraph and inside that paragraph, not below but inside that paragraph here I have a condition food. I have here food details question mark description question mark length. If it's more than 40 here, I'm going to display it like this. So question mark here, a ternary operator, food details dot question mark dot description, and here dots, not here but here dots twice. I'm going to give it only 40 characters. I don't want to be super long. I can even make it to 50. It's not that big of a problem. And if not, I'm just going to provide it as it is. So food details dot description, like this. This is the condition here, and below this div here, which is the product description, so this div here I'm going to make it like this. So you see what is it. I'm going to provide a button with the class name here of add to cart, and the text you probably guess add to cart, and here AI outline shopping cart, and let's import that icon from here. So import AI outline icon from React icons AI. So let's go back here, and here we have an on click. So on click here, which is add to cart, like this. So this is the entire button. Pause if you have not written it in the entire button. Okay, let's go above and let's make this with the add. So here add to cart function is an arrow function here, and here dispatch add product food details, and we add the quantity. But right now, okay, web dev mania, which is this thing here? We need to make a cart slice, right? Yes, we need to make a cart slice. You get me. So here, let's go here to our Redux and make a cart slice.js, and here let's go. So import create slice from Redux.js toolkit like this, and here const initial state is equal to an object with products which is an empty array initially, and here show cart. We don't need the show cart because we are going to just click it, don't worry, we just need here the products. And here export const cart slice is equal to create slice, and here parentheses object, and here the name is going to be cart, then initial state is going to be that initial state here. Oops, you can write it like this if you want, if you feel confused, but I like to make it with the ES7 syntax. And here reducers here like this, add product here, state action here, and here let's add it. So here first we check if there is already such a product. So const product is equal to state.products.find here, and here product.id is equal to action.payload.id. So we check first if we have already such a product, and here if we do have such a product, oops, come on, and if we have such a product, here product quantity is plus equal to action.payload.quantity, like this. We will just add it to the quantity, else we push it to the array. So state.products.push here action.payload, like this. Okay, so this is the add product here. Below the add product we have the remove product, which is again state and an action, and here state.products is equal to state.products.filter product here, and here product.id is not equal to action.payload.id, like this. And this is it actually. Let's export them. So export const here add product, remove product, empty cart here, and toggle show cart is equal to cart slice.actions, like this. And here we export default cart slice.reducer, like this. So this is everything in our cart slice, guys. So let's go here to the store.js and let's import cart slice. Okay, so it's also imported, and here cart colon cart slice. This is it. We import it here and we add it here. Those are the only two things that we need to do here. So let me close this store and let's go back here. So we can import it, right? So import it, you see. Let me remove this image here. So here you see it is imported. So here, let's go here to the styling sheets and let's make the page look beautiful. So let's make the screen again like this and let's go. So dot container here is going to be height of 100%, width of 100%, margin top of 7 IRM. Okay, then dot wrapper here is going to be width of 80%, height of 100%, margin of 0 auto. Then display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, and here gap of 125 pixel like this to separate the two sides. Then dot left here is going to be width of 50% and height of 100% like this. And here left image is going to be here height of 625 pixel, width of 625 pixel, and object fit of color like this. And dot right here is going to be width of 50%, height of 100%, display of flex, flex direction of column, and I can even separate again with comments. So left and here right like this. And here the right with 50%, height 100, display of flex, flex direction of column. And what else we have left here? Gap of 20 pixel, align items, flex start, margin bottom is going to be auto, and margin top of 1.5 IRM. Okay, then dot title is going to be here font size of 34 pixel, font weight of both, margin bottom of 40 pixel, and text transform of capitalize. Then dot quantity is going to be here display of flex, align items of center, gap of 1 item, and margin bottom of 20 pixel. Let me see how it's looking. Okay, it looks very nice, but we still have to style something. So here let me scroll down. So dot quantity here, button is going to be padding half item on top and bottom and one on left and right. Then border is 1 pixel solid 333. Then cursor is going to be pointer and font size of 18 pixel. Then quantity here is going to be button disabled, and here background color of 999, then color of EDE8E8, and then cursor of not allowed like this. Okay, then after this here, after the cursor disabled, we go to dot quantity here, dot quantity number, and we style it like this. So padding of 0, border of none, and cursor of default. So let me see how it's looking. Okay, and if I click here, you see right now it's not disabled, and right now it is disabled with this cursor here. Perfect. Then dot quantity here, span, actually here button, so here button, and it is going to receive here background color of E0DAD8, so E0DAD8. So if I hover, I need to apply hover, my bad. So if I hover, you see how it's looking. I click, nothing happens. I click here, you see how the hover effect is applying. So you see, okay. After this here, I want to target here the product description. So product desk, margin top of 40 pixel, then product desk, and here the div, and margin bottom of 10 pixel. After this, we're going to target here font size of 24 pixel and font weight of 500. Okay, then after this div here, I'm going to provide product desk, and it's going to be here, of course, the paragraph of product description, my bad, product description, the paragraph, color of 555, then font size of 18 pixel and margin left of 5 pixel, like this. After the paragraph here, I'm going to target here dot category, which is going to receive display of flex, align items of center, gap of 8 pixel here, and lastly, margin here, top and bottom of 0, top and bottom of 30 pixel, and left and right of 0, like this for the category. After the category, here we're going to target the h3 inside the category, which is going to receive here a font size of 26 pixel and font weight of 500. So right now, let me see how it's looking. Okay, and right now we're going to start the category here, the category name. So dot category name here, which is this thing here right now, the gyros, and here padding of 0.5 on top and bottom and 1.5 on left and right. Then background color is going to be of red, color is going to be here of a white, border of 1 pixel solid transparent here, border radius of 1 rm, cursor is going to be here a pointer, font size of 18 pixel, and here text transform of capitalize like this. Okay, let me see how it's looking. It is looking great. Then here I'm going to apply a hover effect for it. So dot category, and here dot category name is going to have here a border color f00, then background color of white, and then color of f00 again, that red color. So when I hover, oh, it should be a hover, my bad. So here hover, and you see right now how it is looking great. Then the next on the list of styling here is the price, which is font size of 28 pixel and color of red. So let me see, you see how is the pricing here. Okay, then dot price here, and inside the price the font size, inside the price the span is going to receive a font size of 24 pixel like this. Okay, then add to cart btn, which is that button here, you see, is going to receive here outline of none. After the outline of none, border 1 pixel solid transparent, then padding of 0.5 rm, top and bottom, and 1.5 on left and right. Then margin top of 2 rm, background color is going to be a red color, color of FFF, then border radius of 20 pixel, font size of 20 pixel, not percent but pixel of course. Then display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, or actually not justify content of center, only align items of center, gap of 10 pixel, border 1 pixel solid transparent, and lastly for the button, cursor of pointer, and of course the hover effects for the button. So the button hover here is going to receive a border color of this red color f00, text color of f00, and background color is going to be a white color like this. So when I hover, you see how it is. And when I add it to cart, right now you don't see nothing, but if I console log here, where it is, yes, I can make it like this. So products, and here you state to from cart like this, and here I want to console log products just to see how it is. So you see right now we have a gyros here in food details 17, which is this 17. If I go here and add a burger, we are going to have a burger also. So let's go here to the burger. I'm going to delete this thing here, click, oops, add to cart right now. And here, what we have here, we have a gyros, but why the, add to cart is not working. Wait, why it's not pushing here? I have some bug here, the product here. So let me go here to the cart slice, and here, action.payload. Why it is not going there? Okay, I found the bug. It was a very simple one. So here I forgot to add underscore ID instead of ID. So guys, just go here and add underscore in front of the ID here, and right now it would work. So oops, here I added this burger already. Let me go here to the another burger, which was, come on, where it is. So I go here and I'm going to add this burger here. So I'm going to add to cart, and when I click inspect here, you are going to see in the console, of course I have 3. So gyros product 1, which is the first burger, and here I have the burger 2. So this is working successfully, but I want here to change here that number, why it is 0. Let us go here to the navbar, and here let's go. So here, oops, my home alphabet, come on, I'm not typing right now in Bulgarian. So what was it? So products is equal to use selector state dot products set dot cart, and we take the products. here into the navbar. We are in the navbar. If you are confused, you know. In here, set of 0 products.length. So right now it should display as 3. Yes, it is displaying as 3. But right now, when I click on the cart, I get nothing. So you see, we need to right now make the cart functionality. So here, let's go here to the cart. In here, class name here is classes.container. Let me close this, then .classes.wrapper. And here I'm going to have here a left and a right side. So here classes.left and here a right side. So for the left side here, I'm going to have products.length here. If it's more than 0, we're going to have here the carts. We're going to map through the products inside the cart. And here for each product here, so product, and we're going to map through them. Otherwise here, that's why I have an error because I forgot the semicolon. I'm going to write here a message, no products in the cart, go shopping. And here class name is going to be here classes dot no products, like this. And here inside this, let's make here, so here I'm going to have a div here with the class name here of product and of course a key, because when we map to something we need to have here a key. So product._id, like this. And here inside the div here, I'm going to have first another div which is here like this, and here it have AI outline close. This is if you want to remove the item from cart, and it is going to have here a non-click of handle remove product, and here is going to have a class name here of classes.closedBTN, like this. Okay, and below this div here I'm going to have an image which is going to be here a source of http/localhost 5000/images, and so product.image, like this. And we are going to apply some class name, so give it a class name, not apply but give. So here we give it a class name of image, like this. And below this we have a div with the class name here of product data, and below the inside the product data we have an h3 here with the class name of title, which is just product dot, what is this thing here? I want product dot title. Then below the h3 here I have a div with the class name of product and quantity, which have two span. So first span is quantity, which is product.quantity, and here I have a space, an X and another space, and below we have a span with the class name here of classes.price. Just let me make it like this. We have classes.price, and here inside that span we have another span with the dollar sign, and here we have product.price, like this. So this is for our left side, but for our right side here I'm going to have here a div with the class name of total product message, which is going to have here total products here, and here products.length. Below this div here I'm going to have a div with the class name here of subtotal checkout BTNs, and here I'm going to have a span with the class name here of subtotal, and here subtotal is going to be here a dollar sign, and here total price, which is a variable that we are going to create soon, very soon. And here a span, another span here below this, so a span here, and here it is going to be disabled when the products.length is equal to 0. And here I'm going to give it a class name here of classes.orderNowBTN, and here order now. And here on click is going to be of handle order, like this. So let me go here to the cart. Okay, products is not defined, let's import it. So come on, so const products is equal to use selector here state.cart, like this. Let's import here the use selector, so use selector here from React Redux, like this. What else we have here to do? So import AI outline clause. Okay, so import AI come on, AI outline calls from React icons, AI like this. Okay, we need to define those functions, no problem. I want to make it like this because, okay, so here const handle remove product here, and here where it was the handle remove product, on which line, okay, and I want to make it like this, so a function that calls it, and here I'm going to pass the product dot underscore id like this. Then I'm going to have here the total price. Of course, I'm going to make like this, so let total price is equal to 0, and then total, and then products dot map, and here product, and here we're going to do it like this, so total price plus equal, and here product, and we multiply the product quantity by its price, and that's how we get the total price of everything. Okay, and here the last one is handle order like this. Okay, so oops, where did that character come? Okay, so I want to make here first the remove product, which takes an ID, and here that ID is dispatch. Come on, dispatch remove product here with the ID. Let me open here the cards wise just to have the IntelliSense. So here remove product, and here const use dispatch is equal to use dispatch like this. Okay, and here for the handle order, I'm going to give it not dispatch but if products dot length is more than 0 here, we navigate, come on, to our checkout page. So here I want to use navigate. Let's import it. So import use navigate from React router DOM like this. So dispatch is not defined. How it is not? Oh my god, here use dispatch. Seriously, such a bad mistake. Okay, so of course we need to style our our component with CSS in order to see something, because our images is taking a lot of our viewport. So here let's style it first. So dot container here is going to be height of calc 100 vh minus 500 pixel, then width of 100%, and margin top and bottom of 10 IRM, and left and right of 0. Then dot wrapper here is going to be margin of 0 auto, then height of 100%, width of 85%, display of flex, and gap of 1 IRM. Then dot left is going to take 3 flex of 3, and display direction here in flex of 3, display of flex, and flex direction of column. Here I want to target then the dot product here, which is going to be a display of flex, gap of 1 IRM, margin bottom of 20 pixel, and here position of relative. Then I want to target here that close btn here if you want to remove the product. So position is going to be here of absolute, then left of 25 IRM, top of 0.25 IRM, font size of 18 pixel, cursor of pointer, border of 1 pixel, solid 333, border radius is going to be 50%, so it's going to be here a circle. After this, display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, and lastly panning of 0.25 ARM like this. Then after a close btn here, we have the title, which is going to be here, come on, title of font size of 24 pixel and text transform of capitalize. After the title here, I have dot product data, which is going to be here a panning of 0.5 IRM on top and bottom, and 0 on left and right. Then display of flex, flex direction of column, and justify content of space between. Then product, and here image. I'm going to have here, I can make it like this, so dot image, because here I have a class name, as you see here, of dot image. And here a width of 175 pixel, height of 175 pixel, and here object fit of color. Then dot price, and here a span, which is going to receive a color of F00, then font size of 80 pixel like this. And let me see how it is looking. Okay, so you see how it is looking here. Nice. And here, why is the footer here? Wow. Wait, can I make it like minus like this? Okay, right now the footer is no longer here. And if I don't want some product, I can just click here and remove it. But right now I don't see it's being removed. I'm not sure why. Let me see here into the handle remove product. Here the ID. So here is the ID here of each product. It's different, which is good. But why it's not deleting itself? So here remove.filter from action.payload._id. I'm going to provide it as an object here, and it's going to be here _id like this. Right now I think it would work if it's like this, an object here with this _id. So if I click on product one, okay, I'm very smart. Okay, that was not very hard, but you know. Okay, so we did that thing here, and you see here we have a total price here. Where is the total price here? So here we have 19. We have 19 of these gyros and 4 of this. That's why. So wait, if I make 9 multiplied by 99 plus 19 multiplied by how much is the euros? 49. So come on, one calculation. So exactly this number, yes. So it is calculating it right. Okay, so I digress. Let's continue here. So then I have here dot quantity, which is going to be a font size of 18 pixel. Then after the quantity, the right side, but I want to scroll down just for you guys to see. So the right side is flex 1, then padding of 1 item, height of 200 pixel, width of 500 pixel, display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center, flex direction of column. Background color is going to be RGB 237, 232, 232. After the background color, I have a border radius of 20 pixel. Okay, then below the right side, I'm going to target total product message, which is going to receive margin bottom of 1 item, font size of 22 pixel, and font weight of 500, like this. Then below the total product message, I have the subtotal checkout BTNs, which are going to receive here a display of flex and margin top of 2.5 ARM. Then after this here, subtotal is going to be here a font size of 20 pixel, margin top of 0.5 ARM, and margin right of 2.5 ARM, like this. Then order now BTN is going to be padding of 0.5 on top and bottom and 1 on left and right. Then a color of white, background color of F00, then border radius of 12 pixel, margin bottom of 0.5 IRM, border of 1 pixel solid, transparent, and here cursor of pointer. So right now let me see how it is, but of course we need to make it look better. But is that the same class name as here? Yes, it is. Okay, right now we're going to make it better, so don't worry. Then after the order now BTN, I want to style its hover effect. So hover, and here for the hover we're going to have border color of F00, then color of F00, and here a background color of white. Okay, after this we have order now BTN disabled, which is going to be background color of 999, and after this color of FFF. So it's going to be a white color when it's disabled. And then no products here, this message here, which is where it was done. Yes, this H1, no products in the cart, is going to receive here text align of center, margin top of 1.5 IRM, font weight of both, font size is going to be here of 40 pixel, and then color of 333. Let me see how it's looking right now. But why is the subtotal looking like this? I see my mistake. So here it is subtotal. I made a typo. I missed the L here. Okay, right now it is looking perfect. So let's say that I want to remove everything. So you see how this pops up. But I want to add, of course, some items here. So let me add them. Add to cart. And here I go. Okay, so when I click on order now, I'm navigated to the checkout page, but I have not done anything to the checkout page, so let's go. So here the checkout page, let me remove these things here. So it's going to be here a class name here of classes dot container, then dot classes dot wrapper, here an h2, your order is successful, expect it in, let's say, 1 hour. Total price is going to be here that total price. So total price, and I can just copy paste it from the cart. So total price like this, and here of course I need to get the product. So const products is equal to use selector here state dot cart like this. So of course we cannot see it because we need to apply some styling. So let's go. Dot container height calc 100 vh minus 60 pixel with 100%, then dot wrapper is going to be, let's say, 50 vh with 50 vh, and here I'm going to apply display of flex, align items of center, justify content of center. Okay, and here the wrapper, display flex, flex direction of column, gap of, let's say, 24 pixel, and here align items of center, yes, and here let's make the dot wrapper h2, font weight of bold, font size of 36 pixel, and white space of no wrap, yes, like this. Then I want to target here the paragraph, so dot wrapper paragraph is going to be font size of, let's say, 28 pixel, font weight of 500, and color of 333. And lastly here we have the dot wrapper, and here the span, which is going to be here, the span is going to be, let's say, I don't know, let's say font size of 24 pixel and color of 555 like this. And here I want doors. Okay, so let me see again the application. Okay guys, this was the entire application. Please subscribe and see you next time. Bye.